Well, we're on time, but
Little
now
bit.
we're 3 minutes late. That's all right. Today is March 12th, 2025. It's just after 9 a.m. Baker County Board of Commissioners is now in session. This is a special session to do some extra business that we didn't do last Wednesday and also to bring in the Greater Idaho discussion. So first up, uh, I guess we don't really have any changes to the agenda, do we? Let's go to citizen participation. This is for anything that's not on the agenda. Oh, shoot, we didn't even do the invocation, did we?
You're rolling.
I am not rolling. I'm not with it today. Dear Father in heaven, thank you for being here with us today, and thank you for watching over each and every one of us. Thank you for the blessings that you put on this county, and thank you for allowing us to wait. As I always ask, guide our words, our thoughts, and our actions. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, where were we at? Let's try citizens participation again. Anybody online have anything that's not on the agenda? All right, seeing none. Let's go to review and approval of the minutes. Did you guys get a chance to read through them?
I did.
Yeah, because I didn't.
I didn't see anything and maybe I read them too fast.
So the first one was that correction, and I did look at
Yes,
that.
yes,
So
yes.
that one, I'll
Yes.
go ahead and make a
That's
motion.
right.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve February 5th, 2025 commission session minutes.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Opioid, ODOT, it was kind of that. That was a difference.
And I wasn't here for the February 19th. I was with Vince.
Oh, that's
at his
right.
town hall. I looked through it. I didn't see anything, but you
Did you have any
guys would
questions?
know.
Did you have any questions? Okay.
Did the
No.
content look right?
It was
thought
canceled,
it did.
delayed,
Okay.
scheduled,
Is
removed.
it,
Yeah.
was it
yeah.
how you remember it?
It does.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion
ready?
to approve the
Okay.
minutes of February 19th, 2025.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, we will go on to scheduled business. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Get everything.
Yeah. Need to-
All right, we will now enter into executive session. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room.
And Shannon is representing us, so
Okay,
she is
so you-
allowed into this executive.
You want the sheriff in or out?
Well, I don't know about him.
He won the last election.
I
I don't care.
Whatever.
I'm okay.
I don't have
I'm
a
fine.
problem with it. so,
don't have a problem with.
Yeah.
Sheriff.
All right, then,
So I have no idea what's going on. So you guys will have to fill me in.
yeah, well, it's so secret, we don't even know what it is. Okay,
It's your
yeah,
turn now.
so, yeah, we go ahead and,
Did you read the statute for?
no, that's what I missed. I am not on it today. This is going to be for ORS 192-660 to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to negotiate real property, and ORS 192-660 to consider information or records that are exempt by law from public inspection, ORS 192660, to consult with counsel concerning the legal rights and duties of a public body with regard to current litigation or litigations likely to be filed. Also, ORS 192660, to consider matters relating to cybersecurity infrastructure and responses to cybersecurity threats. We have
Over there.
regulars.
Regular special session.
Yeah. All right. I'll now open. No, we got to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
you
yeah,
wanna go-
Three of them, actually.
So,
I
you
can
have
do the first
discussion or
one.
do, well, because
Oh.
because we're
Yeah, I was going
telling
to
you.
ask, do you want to?
Do you want to
the
discuss
two
it?
and then go into wigwam?
Yes,
or
we could do that.
would do
The two.
Okay.
Let's do first. Okay,
Yeah.
so the first one is, I move to ratify Chair Alderson's signature on the engagement letter for Constagey, Brooks, Smith, and Profit LLP.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
I also like to make a motion to allow County Council Kim Mosier and Chair Alderson to work on the engagement letter with Snell Wilmer for the community, the Common Defense Fund.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Okay.
Can I ask a question on that one?
Sure.
Sure. So does your motion include, has the commission given me and or the commission chair authority to sign out of session
Oh, and to sign out of session.
engagement agreement?
Yes, I forgot to say out of session. I'll get this figured out.
Oh,
I'm
that's
still the
right.
new kid,
I thought you
right?
did.
Yeah, it needs to say out of session. Oh, I'm sorry. Your second, we'll change that.
I'll second here in a
Okay.
minute.
I have
Motion and
a
amendment.
motion and with an amendment. And a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries with the amendment.
Thanks, Kim. I had right here, out of session, right there.
Yeah. Okay, the third item would be the Wigwam property discussion. So,
Going to take the lead.
what's that?
Take the lead. Go for it.
So we are looking at purchasing the Wigwam property, 5 acres plus the historic Wigwam, for historic reasons, to keep it intact and make it that area accessible to people, which is right next to what the county already owns as our, we own the triangle there that is the wayfinding kiosk and scenic byway. And then just beside that is this 5 acres in the Wigwam. And so that would become a parks property. And so I would like permission to work with Shannon Downing as on our behalf as purchasers for the Wigwam property.
Okay.
You want to do discussion or do you want a motion?
Oh, let's
Anything
just get
else?
out of the way.
Okay.
We've talked about it.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion for Commissioner Witham to work with the Realtor Shannon Downing to pursue the purchase of the Wigwam property in Halfway.
I'll second. A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Oh, I did want to say what I meant by, we've already discussed it in previous meetings where we've had shown an interest, so I think.
Last year,
Yeah.
we talked about it
Yeah,
and
so-
now it's
Last
back
meeting.
again.
So, yeah, that, I just wanted to clarify what I meant by that, so.
And if there's any discussion from,
Yeah, do you have anything? We're causing you more trouble, Don.
this is trouble she wants. Uh-huh.
Anybody else? All right, seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh,
What?
I think there's somebody.
Oh,
yeah, I did read.
They'll have to make sure that they state their name and all that for the record.
City of Halfway, go ahead.
Hi, this is Mayor Aspey for the City of Halfway. I just wanted to say how pleased and thankful that I am that the county is pursuing an interest of purchasing this land. We attempted to start a purchase process during the last annual fiscal year, and unfortunately, we could not meet the requirements. So our goal was to do as you want to do, to preserve the historical site and keep that wigwam there. So again, I just want to say how thankful I am that you guys are pursuing this and very excited that it's even a possibility. So you do have my endorsement and my sincere gratitude on this. That's all I had to say.
All right, well, I'm very excited about it, so. Yeah, we'll go forward and see what we come up with.
We have a motion.
Where are we at?
You have a motion and a second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right. That's, yeah, that's good. Now open contract review board. Next up is rock chip bid approval. Road Master Perkins. Master.
How's everybody today?
Good.
Good, thank you.
Good, I'm
And
bringing
you?
fabulous. The weather is good.
I think we're gonna get a little bit of everything today.
We are.
That's my
I hate to say, but
view
we
on
need
it.
it. If you can't believe, we have roads we're trying to maintain that are too dry to maintain right now in parts of the county.
That's strange.
I was gonna say, not in my end of the county.
Yes.
Other parts of the county, we still have snowpack.
Right, yeah.
Mud pack.
You know what they say about Baker County? If you don't like the weather, wait 30 minutes.
Mhm.
I thought it was
So-
five.
Five.
Yep. Could be. So we're looking at here is a oil rock purchase for chip sealing and paving purposes. Most of the time we just use it for chip sealing, but we're also trying to get a small stockpile of this rock at Butler Pit for a paving project on Pine Creek and Goodrich.
Okay.
At some point, we've been discussing that for 10 years now. So we just went out to bid. We invited 5 contractors to bid on this, and only 2 of them sent in bids. It was kind of a little confusing when they sent those in. It kind of mixed things up a little bit, but it came down to RD Mac being the most logical purchase.
So can I ask, how much rock are we talking? Are we talking a total dollar amount here? Do we have that?
Yeah, yeah. So it's 20,000 ton,
That's old.
which is a little over 400,000, and that's delivered to our pit,
Okay,
crushed in their pit.
That's what I was
delivered
gonna
to our pit,
ask.
Ready to go.
okay. So being a prior member of the Fair Board, anything that was over 150,000, we had to do more formal
Mhm.
bids and stuff like that. So did you have a written proposal that went out to them?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
Did you post it anywhere, like in the newspaper or anything like that?
I don't think we did. Yeah, in the past, we've always, this is a bid process, the way we've been doing it for years. We've
Okay.
just been cut and pasting. And it was brought to my attention by legal counsel this time, and she said we could carry forward with this, and
But
next
going-
time we change it.
Okay, because
Oh, yeah.
I'm uncomfortable with just getting this for a $400,000 bid.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take your rock home. I'm not getting anything.
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm just
not
worried
getting
about the
anything put in my
legal.
back pocket. Just-
Yeah, I'm just worried about Kim defending us when,
Sure,
something
yeah,
comes
yeah,
up. So,
It's been discussed.
and so on the second one, if they wouldn't have said take both items, we would have gone with the other company.
Mhm.
It's, yeah, it's a little, it's
A
laid
little
out.
different. It's a little
Yes.
different.
So what it is they can't take our rock, crush it, and then sell it back to us, because we already own the rock. So adding that $3 per ton onto the reject,
So
can't do
what do
that.
you do with the reject then?
we would use it,
Where did you-
but we can't sell it back to us. Like, it needs to be part of the bid.
Okay,
That's part
got
of
it.
the three,
Okay,
he's trying
okay.
to sell it
All right.
back to us.
I was
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
Again,
So you'd add that to the 1975.
Yeah.
and that
I was
would
gonna
give
call you
total-
yesterday and it got away from me, so I apologize.
That's fine.
So,
I was out of the office yesterday. Our phone system doesn't work anymore, so you wouldn't really.
okay.
We'll be purchasing a new phone system. So my recommendation is RD Mac, so they can start on crushing this immediately, because we have a chip seal project in Richland. And we'll save a little bit of money if we can haul it straight out of their pit, save some money instead of them delivering it. We'll haul it out of Gray Eagle straight out to Richland. It's gonna be about 35 tons.
I'll make a motion to approve accepting Artie Mac Inc. bid for $20.08 per ton.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Yeah, so this will probably go with like your equipment bids and things like that too, going forward if it's over 150,
I don't think so.
Okay.
No,
just this one. Okay,
yeah, this is contract services.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right,
It'll be
Yeah.
a little bit different for our equipment.
okay.
We'll
sorry.
definitely dot our i's and cross our t's. a little
You
better.
just,
Thank you.
you just need to publish in like one of the trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
what happens most of the time, you're so far out of Portland in that area,
Right.
contractors aren't
Yeah.
gonna move out here to do it.
No.
It's just locally.
Yeah.
It's an extra step, costs us extra money.
It does,
Yeah.
and the East Oregonian is a little expensive, but it's probably worth it just to cover ourselves.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Oh, yes. Switching glasses. Sheriff. It's that time again.
You have before you the Huntington contract. There are no changes to it. Huntington's already agreed to sign it. It's for $74,000 for the next year, fiscal year.
So did we get the money for last year?
Not yet. Last year, they requested that we bill them in May.
Okay,
They want to pay at the end of the year. Historically, it had been December that we
okay,
bill
okay.
them.
Yeah.
Point, and for some reason, they wanted to change it last year, so they
We'll work with
should. I mean, we will bill them in May. but,
Okay. And then so the 74,000, is that an increase from last year?
It is not. There's been no increase. We've only increased this once,
Okay.
since I think 2002, 2003. Several years ago, 2015 or so, when marijuana was legalized. I approached them for an increase from, I think it was 52 or 54,000 to 74,000.
Yeah.
We did that jump. It's something we probably need to look at down the road.
Since
This is
they're
for
not
80
doing the-
hours Service.
It's
is
80
what
hours,
they-
okay.
What they receive down there, 80 hours a month. And then it's a triangle piece, not just the city of Huntington, goes down to Spring Rack, Farewell Bend, and out to the old line plant. to the
Okay.
Central area. And then, along with that, we tweaked it a little bit a couple years ago, to make some concessions. If we arrest somebody in Huntington, the transport time back, counts towards the contract.
Okay,
Driving time does not count though usually. And so if we want to review the contract next year, I'd be open to that, to see if we need to change it or up it due to increased costs.
Okay. Yeah,
so there isn't a grow there anymore. There isn't a grow
No.
operation in Huntington anymore. Is that
There
correct?
is-
There
Or a
wasn't
legal grow. Let me put it this way, a legal
fine.
grow.
I thought it was just dispensary.
No,
Oh,
There's not even a
There's
dispensary.
There's
anymore.
a grow.
They're not active.
But not
They're
a
like
grow.
They used to be.
Yeah, it's-
No, that
There
big-
was a grow on the, what would that be?
Yeah.
The west side of
Yeah.
town.
Robin.
And then
yeah.
the dispensary on the south end.
So,
Or
and then
on the,
his,
no, on
last
the
year.
east side.
Last year during the commission or their city council meeting, they discussed lowering this. They want to know if we would be interested in that. And I said, we can talk about it, but it gets to a point financially where, it doesn't make sense to lower it to keep a deputy on.
No, and so-
Especially if you're proving that you're using those hours.
Oh, yeah,
I
no, there's been
mean,
no question on it. We serve more than 80 hours a
Yeah.
month down there.
Yeah.
In patrol time. And so
Okay.
there's not been any issues with that. And they're happy with the service. It just comes down to finances.
Right.
Can
And
they
I-
afford it? But Chuck being in there as mayor, he's very supportive
Yeah.
and wants the contract.
Okay, good.
The only recent change is just putting the payment on the,
Yes, and
Yeah.
that was at their request.
Yeah. so.
I'll move
No, I'm super
to approve the intergovernmental agreement for law enforcement services with the city of Huntington for the period July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026 for a total of $74,000.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
So that'll need a commissioner's signature, and I wasn't here when this was presented to Huntington. I have not signed it either, so wherever the formal copy is, when it get it to me, and I probably have to sign. it.
Oh, I see.
I'll do it right now.
Let's do it.
It's all three.
Oh,
Oh,
it
it's
is.
all here on this one?
Mhm.
Okay.
And yours.
We get it notarized.
Where's the clerk?
Yeah. Do you need us to sign it?
Oh, he just did so that we can.
Oh, he just signed it. Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right. Perfect. Okay.
Oh, I see. All right. We're happy to oblige. Thank you, Sheriff. All right, I guess that's that. Next up, Transit Professional Services Agreement with SK Consulting for Transit Grant Coordinating Services.
And I see that. That's good.
Stacy's on.
Yep.
Perfect.
How are you? Switch glasses again.
We can't hear you. There's no
Especially
sound.
when muted.
Muted it.
There
we
you
go.
are.
Okay, good morning, commissioners.
Morning.
Stacy Coons and I'm with SK Consulting. Can you hear me?
Well,
We can.
you can. Yeah, it sounds good.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for being here and we're excited to work with you. I appreciate it.
Awesome. I'm excited to work with Baker County.
We'll get to meet you in person one of these days. I've been on a zillion Zooms that you've been on.
Okay. Let's get this rolling.
Okay, so we finished the contract for Stacy. Stacy has reviewed it and she has signed. She's
Okay.
also included her liability insurance and her amended annual report, which is required as part of this.
Perfect.
In addition, we will put her response to the RFP as part of this contract.
Okay. Okay.
So at this point, it is just Commissioner Alderson's signature.
So we're gonna make it effective
Um,
2/1 or 3/1?
I would make it or today. We are
Yes.
good.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Because there was one in here that said February 1 and I went.
Yeah, so we can make it effective today. That's what Stacy and I talked about.
Okay.
And I will ship her all the bylaws and committee lists and all of that.
Yeah.
And I'll electronically introduce her to Christina and Bill for IT and financial.
Okay.
So she has contact there too.
Okay. I know we talked about who to put in as this one, you know, on the vouchers and stuff like that. And so
Yes, ma'am.
it's coming
Yes.
to Shane.
Yeah.
Instead of going to Christina,
So it will,
because it used to go to you, correct?
well, I was the one that filled everything out.
Okay.
So now Stacy will fill out the voucher, code the line. She will get a copy of our
Okay.
master code list, so she
Okay,
knows where to
okay.
put it.
And
And
then
then
give it to
she'll just email it to Shane. He'll put his signature on it and off we'll go.
Okay.
That-
You just have to really watch for
Oh, sure.
it. Don't want to get lost in the email. I know my stuff gets lost in the email sometimes. So
My email's a little fuzzy sometimes too.
that's a concern of mine. So
But
yeah,
it'll,
Okay.
no, we'll work out a system to where they get to us.
you can
so-
flag on emails that come in from Stacy. You can flag those.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have that's not one of my biggest concerns. so.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
but I review a lot of stuff like that. So
Okay.
it just makes sense for it to come to me as well. Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
I'll make a motion to approve the personal services contract between Baker County and SK Consulting for until June 30th, 2026, and for not to exceed $30,000.
I'll second.
Okay.
Per year, is that right?
Per fiscal year.
Oh, per fiscal, but yes, per fiscal year. So
On a 30,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
see, this is why you have you.
Okay.
And I'll second that amendment, so.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
For the fiscal year, 30,000 per fiscal year.
Yeah.
Not
All
to
right.
exceed.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Sure? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Welcome aboard.
Thank you so very much.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
guess-
thank you.
Does this mean you're officially released from?
Not
Not
quite,
not
but
quite,
quite.
but getting closer.
So will that be prorated then for this?
It goes hourly
From now
anyway,
until-
so, and there's plenty there in the account, yeah.
Okay. All right,
There you go. So we have to do the, oh, it's
So,
not 10:30.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we can. move
so
on.
the
Yeah.
transit program funding discussion,
That's out of,
that's,
What?
wait, hang on,
so,
hang on. Are we, yeah, we're done. We're out of contract review board, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll now close contract review board. Now, transit program funding discussion.
Yes, we're gonna go past Greater Idaho because it's not 10:30.
so you don't want to do transit program?
We are going to do them next, but next on the list was Greater Idaho for 10:30.
So the transit
Yeah,
program
I've got
funding
it for
discussion.
10:10.
Oh, I was looking at the bottom. I was looking at
Okay.
the bottom going, was it still
It's a
Lilith?
different discussion.
There's too much transit going on here.
Yeah,
Yeah. So they received a letter from CCNO
Uh,
about the audit. And so,
Hmm.
and funding that. And then, so I know that Christina now is in contact with Drew from ODOT. I don't know Drew's last name. And so we're talking about that. And so I'm not exactly sure. There's a possibility that that funding could be in jeopardy
at the state level.
at the state level.
Okay.
So I'm not fully understanding the whole thing. So maybe Stacy can help us with that.
Stacy, we're gonna put you to work already. So it sounds like with our audit status that, there may be some hold on some funding. I guess my question is, I know that we're not the only county in the state to be behind on an audit. Is this happening to other counties and how are they dealing with it? Do you know?
Um,
There we go. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I know when I started with the city of Pendleton, I completed 9 compliance issues. Because they went through an audit, but I'm not aware of what's happening with any other agencies at this time. But I definitely can talk to Angie Jones at ODOT and come up to speed on what's happening.
You might also touch base with Christina Cook.
Right.
I would suggest Christina Cook. She's our administrator, our money gal. Yeah, our financial guy. Yeah, so that might be the best thing to do is I just wanted to get it on there that we potentially had a problem since we are behind on our audits. So, okay.
Okay.
And Connie, I will forward you Christina's information because I have your email. So I will forward you Christina's information. So, okay.
That was great. Yes.
I think Donnie was gonna get her all of that. She was
Yeah,
gonna
no, I'm gonna electronic research it. Everybody.
Perfect.
put
Okay.
her all in.
So yeah, so for Cookie for the audit.
And we never had an answer come back from the state
Not yet.
on that audit yet. I know they met Monday, the stiff group met Monday to approve or not the stiff plans.
Right.
And I haven't heard anything back.
Okay. Yeah, I know that she'd sent an email to Drew at ODOT and she has not heard back from him either. So I'll keep hold of this one. So. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, it sounds like we have a basic working plan, so. Okay, sounds good. Hey, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.
I see Matt's on, so.
And so we.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got. Okay.
All right, I think we're a little
Sure.
late.
But I mean, he's on. I didn't
Right.
see him on before, so.
I think. we can probably
You think
start.
we're all right going 5 minutes early on Greater Idaho?
I'm okay.
All right, let's go ahead and get it
Everybody's here.
started.
Bye, Donnie. Good luck this weekend
Thank
or
you.
Monday.
Appreciate it.
Next up is Greater Idaho discussion. I see we have some people in the audience and Matt's online. Do you want to start it off, Matt?
Yeah, that would be great, commissioners. I appreciate the opportunity to fill you in. So as you know, I'm Matt McCaw. I'm the executive director of Greater Idaho see if, there we go. I got some video there. And,
There we
and
go.
I try to come to all these meetings and or, you know, hit most of them just to be able to give updates to the commissioners and anybody that's in attendance and answer any questions. So if it's okay with you guys, I'd love to give just like a 3-minute update on what's happening with Greater Idaho and where we're at.
Perfect.
So as you guys know, we've had 13 counties in Eastern Oregon that have passed Greater Idaho measures. Back in November, there were several counties, including yours, that put the idea back to voters about changing the requirements of these meetings. All of those measures failed in November. And that was just a great indicator to us that the people in Eastern Oregon still want to have this conversation. They want their elected leaders to be having this conversation. So to that end, the Oregon legislature, which is the deciding body, which is the group of people that can actually make a border change happen, has 2 bills sitting in the Oregon legislature currently regarding Greater Idaho. So there's a bill on the Senate side. It's called SJM 7, Senate Joint Memorial 7, and it is a memorial that invites the Idaho legislature to begin border talks. So this is a mirror of the bill that was passed in Idaho back in 2023. So the Idaho legislature has already passed a bill inviting Oregon to begin border talks. They're ready to have this conversation whenever the state of Oregon is. So the bill on the Senate side in Oregon is a mirror of that bill. That was introduced by Senator Linthicum. It has not gotten any co-sponsors from the Senate. So Senator Nash over here in Eastern Oregon, Senator McLean, which represents Baker County, have not signed on to that and have not indicated that they would support that bill on the Senate side. On the House side, Representative Owens, who is the representative for Baker County, was the chief sponsor of HB 3488, which is a bill that would create a task force to study what it would look like to move these counties into Eastern Oregon, which is something that a lot of our commissioners across, you know, all of our counties have asked for, is we really need some sort of study group to be able to answer some of these questions that people have that we can't answer necessarily at the county level. So this bill that's been introduced by Representative Owens would create that task force. It specifies all the different groups that would need to be part of that task force and an end date for when that would need to end and issue a report back to the people. That bill has been signed on as a co-sponsor. It's co-sponsored by Representative Brees Iverson, by Representative Levy out here in Eastern Oregon. And there's even some co-sponsors from the west side of the state, Representative McIntyre, one of them. So it's gotten a lot of co-sponsorship. There's a lot of support from our representatives out here in Eastern Oregon for this bill. Both these bills are sitting in their respective rules committees of their chamber. So the Senate Rules Committee has the SJM 7, the House Rules Committee has HB 3488. Neither have been scheduled for a hearing or a work session. That's what we're trying to get. Representative Owens has requested a hearing for HB 3488, but so far the Democratic majority has refused to move these bills in any way, shape, or form. So again, the state of Idaho has already passed legislation back in 2023 inviting the state of Oregon to begin border talks. Governor Little has publicly stated numerous times that he supports border talks. We know the state of Idaho is a willing partner ready to have this conversation. So what we're doing is we're asking all of our counties, and Baker County, you as commissioners have already written a letter of support for the legislature to take up this action. You did that a while ago, and we appreciate that. What we're asking or recommending is if you're looking to take further action to help advocate for what citizens are saying they want, which is their elected leaders to have this conversation, is you could renew that letter. Again, Senator McLean has not signed on to this. He has not become a co-sponsor or indicated he would support it. You could reach out to Senator McLean and ask him to support this on the behalf of the people of Baker County. And then the other thing is the Eastern Oregon Counties Association, which is represented almost all the all of the counties that are in Greater Idaho are part of that EOCA. We have been asking the Eastern Oregon Counties Association to write a letter, a similar letter, asking the legislature to take it up. And we think that would carry a certain amount of weight in the legislature with all the counties coming together and saying collectively, our people are asking for this conversation. So please move that forward. And then that's the update. That's where we're at. I'm more than happy to answer questions of the commissioners or other people in the audience. So I'll just kind of put myself on mute and if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you.
You guys,
Anyone in the audience have any questions for him?
I have one for Matt.
Go ahead and
Great.
step up to the podium, and then we have to be formal. You have to state your name and rank and serial number.
Sorry. David Spall, Baker County resident, live in the Sumter Valley. Nice truck.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm familiar with, what was it? County Measure 1-131 here in Baker in November, which was a request from the commission to be able to change dates or govern their own dates. And it didn't pass here.
Mhm.
Familiar with that. I didn't know it happened in other counties. How many other counties had something
There
like
were-
this?
Yeah, there was two other counties. Lake County had put something on the ballot. Commissioners had initiated a question on the ballot. It also failed, almost the same percentage as the one in Baker County. And then in Malheur County, there was actually a citizen-led petition that they put it back on the ballot to eliminate the meetings. It failed almost the exact same percentages as the Baker and Lake County. So what we know is people were given another opportunity to be asked, do you want to stop these meetings? Do you want to change these meetings? And people said, nope, we want these to continue.
That's the only question I had for Matt. I brought a series of questions to ask the commissioners.
Okay,
Go.
yeah.
Okay, so the first one, the passage of County Measure 1-104 in May of 2021. It's a mandate to discuss promoting Baker County interests regarding relocating the border. And so I wanted to ask the commissioners, what does promoting Baker County interests regarding border relocation mean to you?
We weren't in place and didn't write
No, we
that.
didn't write
that. What passed was that we were going to have a discussion on a regular basis.
So that's, yeah, I mean, that's the initial part of it. What the interest, what it would mean is, say, if we became Idaho, would Baker County stay Baker County, or would it turn into Jim County? Would we be absorbed by one of the other counties once the borders moved? With our road department, where we received funds from,
thank you.
where we, received funds from the state to do road work, how would that look for our road department, our health department? How would that affect the services that we give, that we do there? It's, I guess in a way I am in support of Mark Owen's bill, because that would go through and help identify a lot of these questions. We have a prison here. What do we do? Is it legal to house prisoners that committed a crime in a different state? Or would Idaho Department of Corrections have to take Powder River and then,
Oh, so many things.
yeah,
With
so.
benefits and everything else, where we're not to that point
Mhm.
yet.
So-
My understanding of the original one was to have the 3 meetings and to have a discussion. And we couldn't say, no, you can't have that discussion, and to just allow people to state their, to state there. That's how I read it. I don't remember back
Well, in
2021 when they did that.
Well, and it says right here, I mean, what
Well,
he
this
just
is
gave you,
the-
I mean,
yeah.
it's pretty much in a
Yeah.
nutshell there,
Yeah.
but
yeah, so this, the original,
so in promoting, that's what his question was,
Yeah.
where it says promote the interests of Baker County. Until we get to the, I guess, the position where it's getting closer, where we definitely have to look at
Yeah.
some of that.
So this would be
infrastructure.
something we can ask on legislative call to see where they're at with those bills,
With what?
didn't hear anything about.
With
it,
what?
too.
with these bills, like.
Yeah, with
Oh,
the-
for
with the House
the,
of
yeah.
Senate.
just
I
that
didn't
came
hear
up.
anything.
No, we haven't
We
talked about
haven't.
it.
Well, to kind of return to it, like Michelle's answer, I'm sorry, Commissioner. okay,
No, that's fine.
was closest to my actual specific question. Like, what does, in quotes, promoting Baker County interest regarding border relocation?
This
That's
is-
what
What he
that's
just
what the
said.
voters,
What he just said.
not so much, he's talking about, here's here's a list of, and it's a very long list,
It is.
of all the variables that would become involved if this process moved forward. But the actual mandate, the actual measure 1-104 simply said, it's a mandate to discuss promoting Baker County interests. And so that was my question. What does that mean to you? I think Michelle's answer was closest to the mark. I mean, do you have anything else to say about that, Shane?
No, I don't guess. Our idea of changing it last November was just so we could do the meetings ad hoc. You know, we would still be responsible for holding them, but they wouldn't have to be a specific date on the calendar.
The
So,
March, July.
yeah,
November.
so as needed. But as far as, yeah, I mean, the people asked us to do this work, and, you know, our personal feelings aside, you know, we'll follow the will of the people. So we're holding them.
Anything else, Christine?
It'll be a discussion for the current bills, because we're in the legislative session right now. We're engaged in deep with AFC and Association of Oregon Counties, and then Eastern Oregon Counties Association.
So my next question, I think we kind of covered it, but I'll run it by you anyway. Other than sending a letter to the legislature, which I guess was 23, what else has this commission done over the last several years? I know, you know, a lot of new faces,
Listened and discussed.
Yeah.
but to promote Baker County interests regarding the border move. I mean, promote's a key word in the actual original
Yeah.
question, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what else have we done
That's all that's been asked of us so far.
to promote? So a letter.
Discussion and letters and talking to our representatives.
Mhm.
Do you think it's time for another letter or two or
He just
three?
asked for another
Yeah.
letter from me yesterday.
Yeah, and I don't have a copy.
I'm interested in Nash and McLean
McLean's.
and why having that discussion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I said, to open up discussions back and forth, it's fine. On the Senate bill, I think the most important one is
Owens bill.
Representative Owens, because we've asked the questions, just like I presented to you. What happens to the prison? What happens to our road department? What happens to the services that we provide are, you know, none of those have been answered. So that's what's important to me. If I have, you know, you say, come up here and promote the interest. I don't know exactly what the question is, you know. I don't know where this will put us without having definitive answers to all of that. So, you know, promote the interest of Baker County. Are you still going to have the same health services? I don't know. What do you do? Well, you know, could Powder River go to a maximum security facility? I don't know. No one's asked. I ask, but no one answers. So,
A lot of unknowns.
right.
My next question was, how do you interpret the outcome of the November vote on County Measure 1-131? For example, do you think that vote was just a simple rejection of an administrative request, or do you read more into it? Such as, for example, it was a reaffirmation of majority political support for consideration of moving the border.
I think so.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yep, it was that
Yep.
they just still want us engaged with the discussion.
Yeah.
Yep. On those dates.
Right, yeah. Like I said,
It would have been better if it would have said like the first or third, Wednesday when it's a commission session. rather than
Right,
having-
and
So
that's-
this way we have to have a special session, and
we-
that was
we-
the
So that's why
reason.
we're
reason
here
again.
today.
To be here
'Cause-
instead of having our first and third Wednesday.
Yeah. So we could have done this. Yeah, I mean, if there was nothing coming up in the legislature on it, then maybe we wouldn't have had the meeting today. We would have, because there are the two bills to discuss. So we could have done that last Wednesday if that had passed.
Instead of this particular date.
You know,
And that's
we-
what
when we
that's
come
what the
back.
ask was. That's
Right.
what the ask was. It was not about,
You know, it's,
the ask was just, can we move it to a different date to coincide with a commission meeting? And
You know,
typically you
it's
get more
like-
people that way. So
it's like, well, we have a natural disaster going on, but I, by law, have to pull myself away to open up the meeting for
Yeah,
the greater Idaho.
I understand. My next question was, based on two separate election outcomes that can both be interpreted to indicate steadfast majority political support for this issue, in Baker County. Do you think those elections oblige the commission to act in good faith to represent the democratic will of
Mhm.
Baker County citizens?
Yes.
What actions does the commission plan to take in 25 to promote Baker County interests regarding relocation of the border?
We don't have,
There's not a plan right now.
we don't have any.
Track the bills and.
Yeah, I was gonna
Right.
say, because I've
We
got this.
we don't have a
along.
plan because we don't know what the, what'll happen in the legislature. We'd have to come up with that if those two pass.
In a political environment, if you pursue an initiative or an issue and you know that you're going to encounter resistance or opposition, then you forward the issue, you keep going and trying.
Mhm.
So if there's one letter sent to the legislature in 23, it seems that in 24 and 25, there would be repetitive efforts, reminders.
We
Like, I think it's safe to remind people like McLean that not only is there majority political support for this issue in this county, but there's 12 other counties
Mhm.
with the same level. And so he's basically made it clear, it seems like, he's not interested. But I'm not sure he's fully authorized to just say no.
And I wouldn't want to, he may not be interested, but I do know that he's just, recently elected and he's serving in 2 new committees. That's taken up a lot of his time. I can easily call and see where he's at on it.
Have either of you met with him in person yet?
Not yet.
I know him.
But have you met him in person yet since he came into office?
No.
That's my question.
No, I met him
Not since he
before.
was-
I met him during campaign season.
Yeah.
That's when I met him. But I think it's good to ask on our Tuesday call where we're at with these and just to see if there's any interest in going forward with that, or do we need to send a letter to promote that? So can we get a copy of that 2023 letter? Okay, thank you.
So that was the question.
Yeah.
What does this commission plan to do in 25?
We don't-
And there were suggestions, reminder or repeat letter to the legislature. Could go to the House, go to the Senate, go to the governor, because right now, no sound from the governor, right? Also, this EOCA recommendation. Seems like Baker County, if you folks are committed to acknowledging and moving forward in a direction that's consistent with the will of the people.
Sure.
And that's good to hear. Well, one of the things we could do is perhaps a little leadership in EOCA and say, listen, can we get an EOCA letter? Because all of these counties,
Has it been on the agenda for EOCA?
Not this year, not this season.
Not since January.
Okay,
Well, and I think.
that's what
It comes up here and there.
Okay.
I can't remember over in Morrow County I thought we did
I don't remember
discuss it
that.
to Morrow County. In fact, yeah, I think Matt, did you present at EOCA in Morrow County that was last fall?
It was, or July.
Or was it?
So it came up last, and so we're not allowed, EOC is a slightly different format, and so it's a
Yeah.
public meeting, but there's no public comment period, so we weren't allowed to present. One of the Commissioner Roberts from Wallowa County brought up the issue last summer.
That's
And the EOCA, there was very little discussion, and they decided they didn't want to move forward at that time. And that's why, again, we're asking to bring that back to the fore and have that be something that the EOCA considers doing as a collective for the best interest of the people of Eastern Oregon.
Right.
Okay.
So it was.
Okay, so it would be at a general meeting, not the legislative update meetings.
Right, and I don't know, they canceled tomorrow's, but then they moved it, and I don't know if that is just
Okay.
legislation.
Okay.
But in that, then we could discuss the bills that,
Okay,
if it is like that in this meeting later this month.
do you want me to request Paul to put it on the agenda?
Sure,
If you want to.
yeah,
Well, and like I said, we've been kind of hanging back to see how the bills move. And there's,
there's over 3,000
Yeah.
in there right now.
yeah, and some are starting to drop off in committee.
Little bit. to
Yeah, and
keep
I-
So,
This one went to housing.
that all makes
House rules.
sense.
yeah.
This one.
I guess my
yeah.
point was, in 25, this year, it seems fair to set a couple of tangible goals. Let's get another letter to the legislature, and perhaps the governor. Let's work with EOCA and remind them, hey, listen, all of your counties have the same vote outcome. Yeah. And perhaps to the governor, if I didn't say that. If we're doing that in 25 and setting those tangible goals, then we'll do a little better than what happened in 24, which we didn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything presented in the short session on it.
No, there was, no, I think the focus on 24 was on Idaho.
No, Matt, wasn't 24 when Wallowa County
Came on.
came on, I think.
Right, there were other.
So there was a few things.
Yeah, so that there were, you gained.
We
Like-
gained more counties. We were told essentially by people at the legislature that the short session was not going to consider anything that didn't have to do with housing or repealing Measure 110. So we made a decision not to go into
Okay.
the bills into the short session, but now that it's a long session, we are back.
There was that ill-conceived meeting that was held in Baker County last year that didn't help the cause.
Not familiar with that.
Excuse me, what meeting?
Oh, it was when the Greater
Representative-
Idaho
yeah.
and representatives met without inviting the commissioners or
And it was,
anybody. It was
closed,
within- it was
so
in our city.
members of the public couldn't go that I was,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I know the initiative overall makes progress, a little progress here and there every year. But my focus was what this commission plans to do in 25. And good suggestions
Mhm.
for some steps forward. I don't have anything else. I thank you for your time. Does anybody have questions for me?
No, I don't think so.
I was just thinking, I wonder if we did that and then it became Idaho Department of Fish and Wildlife and then we could start shooting wolves.
There you go. That probably should have been off the record. There you go.
Thank you.
I'll add that to the letter.
We don't have to close the forest.
Hi again. I'm Bob Pierce. I live here in Baker, and I'll try not to be as passionate as I was last time. I'm going to answer two questions for you, okay? And I heard them from, I know you said something, and I believe you did too. I retired from the Department of Corrections after 11 years as a corrections officer. Prisons are something I know a little bit about. Somebody was asking if Powder River would become a max. Okay. Physically, no. You'd have to build a big wall around it
Mhm.
and guns. Okay. And the other one, somebody asked, and I believe it was you, Ms. Gaisberg, asked if you could house prisoners from other states.
Well, and that was.
That was me. So
Okay,
if,
let me give you let me ask you a question. Where, do you all remember Diane Downs? She was the mother down in the Eugene area who killed her children.
Mm,
yeah,
Okay, does this come back to you?
yeah, in the 90s,
Yes.
yeah, 95,
Where is she?
98.
Is she in the Oregon Department of Corrections? No. My last understanding, she's in the mid southeast
But that was for a crime that she committed
in Oregon,
was it?
and she was convicted in Lane County. Okay,
So why is she serving time?
because they felt her
For safety.
it would be dangerous for
Okay.
her in the state of
Oh,
Oregon.
I see what you're saying.
mm.
Okay, so they
Can see
moved her. I can tell you another example. When I was working at Pendleton, I was on a housing unit. And there was a fella down here in that bunk, easygoing fella. I won't go into his name or anything, but when I got over here, the sergeant here told me, "You don't know a thing about him, do you?" And I said, "No, he's that inmate was living over there." "Did you know he was up from California?" I said, "No, I had no idea about him. They don't tell you anything about the guys on your unit. That way you treat them all the same." She said, "Well, he was the guy who would go into Los Angeles and find the runaway girls and take them back out to the ranch for Manson and Tex." Okay, so they were housing him in Oregon. So
Yeah.
this does happen.
Right.
Now, when I was on the police department and they were building the new jail, I talked to the sheriff then and I says, "You're only gonna have this many beds?" And I forget what it was, 2 dozen, 3 dozen. I says, "Double it, go high 3 times." "What do you mean?" I says, "You can rent that jail space to the feds. Okay? And you can pay for your entire sheriff's office of what you would get for the rent from the feds for bed space."
Mhm.
Okay, so this can be done. And then somebody else was saying something, I don't know which of you, about benefits. So I'm gonna go tell you about a big problem that people are thinking it is, PERS. Well, if we become Oregon, do our PERS employees get their PERS? Yes, you do. There was legal work back in the 90s when I was in the business. And they said, no, PERS cannot change what they were promised to the employees.
No, if you're retired and moved out of state and. and
You
didn't
still get your
right,
retirement.
Yeah,
And I know there are many people who work at Snake River who live in Idaho.
right.
As a matter of fact, the superintendent though
That's
has a
right.
home in Nampa Caldwell.
That's right, yeah.
So that is an issue that can be put to rest very quickly.
Well, future benefits though, I imagine that it wouldn't stay Oregon PERS if you.
No, it would not.
Yeah.
So that's what I
But you
would
can still
say.
get your.
There would
That's
be a
what I'm
cutoff.
saying. I'm not saying pass, I'm not saying retired, I'm not saying anything else.
But
But
there are,
going forward, it's just one of those things that's gonna have to
what
be
I'm
looked
saying,
at.
ma'am, is people I talk to, well, I'm on PERS, and I keep telling them, it's not gonna change. They can't change it. The Oregon courts said they can't change what you're being given now. So yes, you're gonna have a cutoff date, obviously, if it happens. And then those will be Idaho retirees, and then you'll have your Oregon retirees.
I guess the question would be if Powder River would retain people who committed crimes in Oregon, or would they be distributed throughout other prisons in Oregon and filled with Idaho
Stop and
inmates?
think about it. How many prisons are in Eastern Oregon?
Two.
There's 6 of them,
6,
okay? How
Yeah.
many are in the Willamette Valley?
A lot.
4,
4? Are you serious?
yeah,
Dead
I did not
serious.
know.
yeah, and a federal.
And there is no, well, that's shared. That's a whole different can of worms, and it comes out of a different purse.
Mhm.
The biggest prison in the state of Oregon is Snake River.
Yeah.
Okay?
So does Oregon contract with Idaho to?
They would have to.
Yeah.
That would be the only way.
Right.
Either that, or you've got housing space for a bunch of homeless people.
Mhm.
You know, and that's
Okay.
where that task force that
So that's
Representative Owens
what
is
I'm saying,
talking
yeah.
about.
People ask us these questions, and without someone above my pay grade, asking and answering, I don't know what to say.
Exactly, you know, and my limited background is what I'm sharing with you folks. But, you know, anything's doable. Oh, it can't be done. Yeah, it can be done. You just got to put a little effort into it, right? I mean, there was a time I didn't know how to build a cabinet. I've since learned and built
Mhm.
many. So, you know, these are just, everything's doable. Nothing's impossible. People tell me things impossible. It's because you don't know how to do it because nobody showed you.
Right, I guess.
And then so that's
always-
why I just wanted to stand up and give you my perspective
Right.
on a few things. Okay?
Appreciate that.
And thank you for your time.
Oh,
appreciate you.
Thanks for coming up.
It's a lot of things to think about in that task force. And I brought, it's a 3-page bill. I don't have copies if you guys don't just hand it out.
No,
You don't want it?
I can just look it up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no. I need a few more bills printed on my desk.
Now you just press the track button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
Is there any other discussion for Greater Idaho? All right, I guess we'll move on. We have a couple action items and we'll go on to
TLT.
the transit lodging tax Baker City IGA discussion.
Okay, so the city, I was there last night and they voted to approve that, which good for the city. I think it's gonna be great for us too. So we haven't received the sign letter.
Barry's here. I'm
Do you
assuming.
have it? Did you bring it? Okay, well, that'll move us.
There's a
past
shred
that.
machine right outside.
All right.
Mhm.
So this goes to Heidi.
There's just a few things in there though that, in that particular letter that are gonna have to be discussed. Such as having the city involved with our 25-26 budget, which I do not think,
Well, we'll
we'll
have,
do.
because it's effective June 30th, right?
July 1st.
July
We'll start
1st.
on our own and they'll start on their own.
Yeah, and so when I was talking to Christina Cook, we were talking about a percentage or whatever we're gonna have to figure out of what we're gonna put in for the budget for this next year. So we're working on that. right
For
now.
our side,
For our side.
but nothing has to do with the city.
But you're
so.
gonna have some things that are the contracts that they have, that they said that they would honor, that they would help. You know, sort of, that's, some of that's gonna come out of our money.
But well, there are contracts.
There are contracts.
So they're coming out of our funds at this point.
But
As long as we have the funds to
Right.
continue the
Right.
contracts.
So let's talk about Baker City downtown. So that contract comes due October 31st.
October 31st,
And so then the city would pick it up at that time.
or
Okay.
we end it,
or we.
or we end it because of budgetary
Right.
June 30th. That's our
Which we
choice,
could do.
which we could do. That's our choice and that's our budget.
Which I think, I mean, for that, I don't see a reason why we would continue on because it's a Baker Main Street program.
Exactly.
But
And
we have some funds that have been collected that can be used for that. Because we had that.
Not going
contract.
forward in our new.
No, not going forward,
Right.
but I'm just saying, you're talking
4 months.
4 months. And there's gonna be money in there that I think that I would be okay with paying that. But that's my thought. So.
I would think that we'd end that.
We've ended it June 30th would be my
June 30th,
preference.
yeah.
I think, okay.
And then we have to have discussions with both economic development and TLT as to realignment. of
Exactly.
What they do.
And I
So-
have the 227 revised budget past what they tried approving in the last TLT, which wasn't, exactly, the funding wasn't, the funding wasn't correct on that, on the first budget. Is that correct? Yeah, so that's why we went back, revised. We have that new, so now we're gonna have to go back and revise that again, but going through it, yeah, that those amounts, that's something we're gonna have to work on, that and EDC, both.
Right. Brian's contract
That's not a problem.
has primarily, dealt, just because of the lion's share of economic development has been within Baker City.
Sure.
And, so whether, we've got to discuss whether we
I think we need a work session for this.
Yeah, we need a work session for this. We'll go ahead and,
well, I think
I
we can-
mean, we have. the
we don't have
slide.
to go find the answers right now, but I think we can discuss what we're going to be looking at.
Yeah,
because-
But I think it needs to happen, we
Brian-
had EDC, TLT, us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But this-
everybody
but this-
together.
But this will be our ask, economic development will either have to realign Brian's contract, whether he works with the small
Sure.
cities or we decide to do something different.
Right,
Marketing, I think that there's probably enough work to, keep that going with because there's so many events throughout the county that, but there again.
but the city
so-
has their BCD and
Yeah.
everything else, and they're taking this on their own. So
Right,
we have to
so
look at countywide
realigning.
for her budget.
There's a
And for EDC.
consideration of there will be people coming that, we have the, I don't know, the Blockbuster grants for the Shrine game.
And the 1A, which
and the
would both be
1A,
city.
And right.
Yeah.
So we have to decide when the
Yeah.
cutoff for that would be.
Yeah.
And.
So that's why I think rather than take up the time here, I think it would just be better to get the right people at the table.
So we have that letter, but I don't agree with some of that is written in there, such as, the city will work with the county to create 25-26 budget. No,
No, I mean, if you're
No.
pulling out, then.
that's it.
Then we'll realign and go forward.
Well, okay, so let me go back. I'm just gonna be a brat here. So we have the money in there that has been collected, that was gonna be used. We're talking, what, maybe
For
20,000?
BCD
For-
specifically. that
For
you're talking about.
20,000, for $20,000 that would come out of the pot that's already out there, just to get her through the end of her contract, and then they can pick up her contract.
We
on
can talk
November
about it,
1. Yeah.
but
So-
you know where we stand, so. Anybody else wanna, if we can offer some time?
Yeah, I mean, anybody else? She fooled us.
Hi, Christopher Hobbs, I'm Executive Director of Baker County Unlimited. I don't know if you guys see my reports that we give from the Visitor Center via TLTC.
Right.
But just listening here today and with everything that's going on, just want to clarify, like in those reports you see over and over. Number one international interest for Baker County is Hells Canyon Scenic
Mhm.
Byway. Number one domestic is the Interpretive Center. So the thousands of people that come into the Visitor Center, that's number one. And number two, I love downtown. I love Baker City, is where I was raised. I think I would just like to share my opinion that when people stay 3 days or a week, there's a lot to do in Baker County. And, you know, just wanted to clarify that's what
Sure.
we see
Yep.
is a Baker County approach. And, you know, we hope to be able to continue to provide those visitor services because the reality is people get off the freeway to enter the county. We're right there and we help them find their way to the outlying communities. And it's not so easy just to put something to do in halfway in your phone and
Right.
be on all set, right?
Yeah.
They really utilize our specialty to guide them. So
Mhm.
I definitely see the value in your visitor center.
thank you.
Yes, thank you. Anybody else?
Did you have anything?
Good.
Okay. Anyone else? Chris, did you have anything, or were you just here in case we asked you? Okay.
Yeah, so I think the next step is for us to get with EDC and TLC as we go
Yeah.
forward.
Well,
Now until June 30th is also gonna have to be considered for EDC meetings, TLT
Mhm.
meetings, and all of that, and what's gonna
Right.
happen, what isn't.
well, and you know, I fear with TLT, you know, you'll have people coming to us saying, well, we need this and we need this.
In April,
And yeah, well,
quarterly
and-
now. It's a quarterly now.
right, but they'll also, I would assume they would reach out to us, but you know.
They
it's-
reach out to Jessica.
Yeah, but I'm saying if they, you know, where there's
Well,
been.
right now, through April,
A
it's,
constant
part of that money.
funding.
it'll change July 1 where they
Mhm.
go.
But that's what I mean is, you know, oh, you've always funded this.
Things are gonna have to change.
That's
And we're
right.
gonna have to work
Yeah.
with the cities or whatever to make sure that
And
they
we,
understand.
yeah, and we should start
Right.
reaching out to see, you know, what the city's interest is in economic development and tourism, so.
So you want a work session?
And we're going to have
In
to
April?
change the ordinance for
Yes.
the TLT
Mhm.
and remove Baker City from the ordinance as one of the persons sitting on the committee.
Yeah.
So that is gonna have to change with that, and I have both the original and I have a partial that was worked on last year that didn't go anywhere, that's blue lined and red lined. And so I've looked through that and everything, if we need to take a look at that at that time then and see if those changes still need to be made.
Yeah,
Now is the time to do it.
Yes.
right.
And looking at that ordinance.
What I mean, like with the cities, like especially with economic development, they may reach out and say, if you change an ordinance, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know,
I don't
but
know.
I'm just saying.
We'll get it figured out
Can
though.
you forward me a copy of that? Or give it to Heidi and she can get it to me on that?
Of the
ordinance?
ordinance?
Yeah, or the one you're working on.
Um,
I have the one. I have this one. But I don't have the original. All
Of
I
the
have is
city?
this.
Or the-
I have the IGA. I don't have the original.
Oh, that's the
ordinance.
IGA, not the
Wait a
actual
minute, wait a minute,
ordinance.
wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah,
We
I
can
don't
get
know that
you-
I have it in
Hold on.
electronic form. I
Never
have
mind.
Do you
I do
it
have it.
in
I
your
do have
packet?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
of the actual ordinance.
Yeah.
And then there's a
I
blue
do.
/red line copy that they were working on last year for revising that ordinance. And so I have that copy. I don't know if I have it in electronic form, but Shelley would.
Okay.
She's gonna have it.
And so just knowing that there is some bills in the legislature right now that would change the definition
Of
to
the
include
70%.
And to include that as public safety. So,
For tourism impacted
Yep.
infrastructure such as
So-
roads and things like that, which is another reason why
yeah,
it's
so
good
it would
to.
include police officer, police, fire,
Yeah.
streets.
It's gonna
all
give
that.
them more ability at that time, which is great, but
It'll, if that passes, it'll give us more ability too. And that's
If we
why I
change our
think-
ordinance. Because the way our ordinance is right now, public safety is in our definition of the 70%.
right.
Right.
But I don't know that it's written county, if it's just city only in that order, in that
And that's what I
bill.
need to look at.
And
No, it would be.
I've got that.
no,
I'll
not
get-
necessarily. It was city based and,
Oh.
and then it was brought up this morning in a discussion before that it may, be county based as well, but it looks
Yeah.
like it's a city, because I saw the city logo on it. You signed on to it on that bill, the 3556.
Right, I think that was just because, LOC was supporting it. I think it's program wide, so it would be relevant to all TNT collection, from my understanding.
No,
That-
okay, not my understanding completely, so I will still.
So we need to
look
look into
look
So
in.
what,
Yeah. Because we've been asked for years, even when I was on city council, to adjust that in the ordinance,
oh, it does say counties.
to include.
Does it?
It says
Okay.
the additional flexibility for use of 70% restricted funds for counties.
That's AOC's.
Yep, for
take
transit
on
lodging
it.
tax.
Okay, not the actual bill, but that's AOC's tax.
That's the county nexus.
They've always asked to pull a little bit out for certain risks.
It's unfortunate it goes away from the original intent, but
Um,
I'm not in favor of it. But
So this is just the county nexus. I haven't read through the bill to find out exactly if it says city or not.
the actual bill, that, yeah,
Actually,
that's it.
actually TLT entity.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
I'll-
It just looks like it's presented by, like you said, LOC and it looks like cities. It looked like cities to me, but
but AOC and LOC both
The,
are
the
supporting it.
original intent, and you're right,
Mhm.
you know, where we, from the time I was on city council and there was talk about pulling it back, I think it was my vote, my tie-breaking vote to keep it the way that it's been, because I've always thought it was the most fair way of distributing the money and doing the most good throughout the county and the cities. And, you know, people are saying, well, they didn't do a good job, or, whatever. Of Timothy Bishop and now Jessica all did good marketing to the point that it's to the level that it is right now. And you wouldn't have the money in the pot if it was a complete failure. And one of my concerns is as we go forward, there's going to be competition between us marketing the county and the city marketing the city.
I don't look at it as a competition.
Oh, I don't
look at
want
it
to.
as an advantage on both sides.
I
that
don't
they're
want
not-
to, but
Yeah. I
but
don't
they're-
look at it as
but when we're scrambling
bet.
for print ads, come on.
Go
out.
ahead.
Yeah, but I feel like if once we're all scrambling for space and lack of coordination between the effort, it's going to be unfortunate.
Well, I just want to say that I appreciate, oh, sorry, Jessica Hobson, Marketing Director. I just want to say I appreciate your guys' support and I'm looking forward to continually promoting the county as a whole. And I guess my question is, and I don't know if it can be answered right now, is it business as usual for me and what I'm doing as
In my mind, it is, yes.
Until-
And yes.
until July 1st or?
Well, and your budget is coming up,
Yeah.
so you're gonna be working through that with us and you're still gonna be solid. Your contract isn't up for another.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I
year.
just mean like promoting the city right now. Do I still do that? Like, I guess more like.
The work that we've done, and the contracts that you have with marketing and advertising, we should hold, but yeah, you need to be
It's June
planning
30th.
for June 30th to not take on any extra
Yep.
For the city.
for the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My understanding, there's a partner group that is Baker City Downtown.
That's Chris started that.
Well, Brian
Um,
actually started.
Oh,
it,
Brian started it.
technically.
Well, so it's, and it
That's the one that we
includes,
have now.
so it's also SBDC, SBIC,
Yes.
and all that stuff. So is that an active group or is it,
Yeah.
do you go into it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm. We meet once a month.
okay.
One
So
thing
would you
that'll-
anticipate that continuing?
Probably on a different it would probably look different. I would assume, I mean, I don't know. I think that's a conversation that needs to be
And
had.
certainly when we discuss things like economic development, what is that gonna look like on the other side of this?
That-
We'll-
yeah.
we'll find-
Exactly.
Baker County.
Yep.
If we're able to continue these partner meetings and collaborate and work together, that's obviously the best thing that could happen.
Mhm.
If there's additional shifts like economic development, it might be that there's a Baker City partners group and a Baker County group,
Mhm.
and maybe all of us meet quarterly.
Yeah.
instead,
And yeah,
you know?
it's gonna have to shift in some form. I think that the partnerships are still good. Every one of them has, I mean, right now, you have your funding, you have yours, SBDC, you know, Brian and everything on there. Like where Barry mentioned, that you're looking for a community development person, is that what it's gonna be, a community development position on the city side, and that they addressed economic development for the city within the limits and TLT within the city limits, which is doable.
Come on up, Barry.
Sorry.
So you can both stand up. No, you can both stand up. You can both stand there. Yeah. We got 2 more microphones.
Yeah, you can, if you're not done, you can come on up.
No, I don't mind it back and forth at all. Barry Murphy, City Manager, Baker City. Yeah, I tried to make it clear in the staff report and everything is that we do not want to end partnerships at all. I think the decision that I recommended was not solely due to how we do tourism promotion and things like that. There were many different factors. A huge one being, I felt like we needed a lot more flexibility on those city services funds.
On the
because of-
25% general
On the
fund
25%, yeah.
that you
and-
don't have as a whole.
and we don't,
Cities
and
don't
it,
have.
and it's not fair to keep coming to the county when it just causes friction and other cities, you know, don't necessarily understand that, you know, so I wanted to kind of reduce some of that friction and primarily get what we used to going into the general fund. When it comes to tourism promotion and stuff, I anticipate like we need to still be working together where there's events that happen in the county that impact the city. There's events that happen in the city that impact the county, just like all of you were saying. And if we need to be working together, and then when it comes to the marketing, like for those events, you focus on that piece of like,
Jessica
you
is
know,
our
for an event.
contractor, and you're welcome to contract with her for the same services.
No, and that's where
So-
we haven't even started the discussion of the city of how we're going to do, who we're going to use, what
Sure.
organization and stuff like that.
See,
So
and I guess that
there's
was part of
still
my
a lot
question
to
about
do.
the partnership group. I would like to see it keep as one group rather than 2 groups. Because I think that
Right.
if you start splitting and it's us versus them, and if there's a way to keep the partnership group together, I mean, yeah, we might talk about city for 15 minutes, but then we're gonna talk about county for 15 minutes.
Exactly.
And then
yeah.
everybody
And
knows what everybody's doing, and we're not, I don't know, that's just my thought process.
Same exact thing. And I agree completely. I don't view it as a competition at all because these events have been going on and
Right.
the city and county have benefited both in all the events. And I don't,
But there's definitely
that-
gonna be a separation of funding.
yeah,
I
but
agree.
there'll be a
I agree.
separation
But I
of
just think
funding
that
on
everybody
who
needs to
is
be at the
doing,
table,
who
you
is
know,
doing
And they
what.
can be,
Yeah.
and they can be.
When it comes to economic development, from my perspective, and this isn't just in the last kind of 3 years. I've talked to a lot of people who've been involved in it a while, going back 15 years. And it just seems like you're either going to get a company that really wants to come here for whatever reason, and you focus on that, or you need to focus a lot on internally of growing businesses internally, because we haven't had a lot of success over the last 20 years of pulling companies into Baker County or Baker City. And so I think at least in the short term, because of that reality, from my perspective for the city, what I'm going to recommend is having the community development individual, if the council approves that, be kind of the economic development point of contact. And as there are, either businesses or inquiries that seem actionable, then we'll get a bigger group to kind of go after that. But I envision kind of trimming down that part, at least in terms of how much we spend on positions so that we can do other things. Because right now we're not doing anything in community development and we really need to.
And we
we
used
need
to
to
do
hit
that a
that.
long time ago. We
And we-
had a,
exactly.
Robin.
they had a,
No,
it was way back. I don't know, I mean, a long time ago before Greg Smith even, I mean, it was back that
Exactly.
long.
Oh, yeah.
And they had it was a commission that we were ready when they got a call. We were ready to go out and make,
Oh,
calls and all that stuff. So,
Right.
because I was part of that.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, definitely there's a need for that on the city park. So this is your way of doing that. and
That was the
funding that,
intent,
and,
right.
And focusing on the city where we can continue to focus on the county.
Right. And when it comes to, I know the council and myself are both huge on supporting local businesses, because I think economic growth in rural areas is primarily going to come from local business owners. There's not a track record countrywide of, unless you bring in a data center, there aren't, big companies like to go to suburban areas. And so I think the focus needs to be on local businesses and how that looks, whether it's grants that we run on our side or more like very low interest business loans. Those are things we're going to be looking at too for the city. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks,
well,
Gary.
We'll get
Thank
with
you,
the
Jessica.
committees and boards.
Jessica,
The
did
only
you
other
have
thing
anything
I
else?
had
Yes.
was, I don't know if it's out of line to ask if I could be a part of your work session.
Oh,
No.
Well, you have to.
I was gonna say,
I just
Yes,
thought I would
everybody
put it out
except
there.
Jessica.
Right.
Yeah,
I would like to have some
No.
input.
You don't have a choice.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, no.
Thank you. Just thought I would ask.
No,
Thank
you're, we'll kick you out if we need to. No, of course, you're a part of you're part of this. So yeah, it wouldn't be much without you because, I mean, I know what you're working on, but I don't know everything you're working on. So.
And it's
Yeah.
gonna be, bigger discussion this year, especially because we're in budget. I see the budget in her hand right now. And so knowing this now is good so that we can't, you have to be a part of it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
So can I ask a simple question?
Uh-huh.
Barry, I haven't talked to you at all, but moving forward, July 1, I'm assuming that they're gonna do their own collections also.
Yes,
Is
So
that,
there needs to be some information probably shared.
yes, they're gonna have
Yeah,
to contact those.
That was
companies.
the intent of the budget discussions part in that ledger, not that we're wanted to have input on what you spend on, but just questions like that of like how the collections are going to go, the stuff that, I mean, if the commission does truly curtail like the Baker City downtown contract, we're going to need to know that, but also the ending fund balance I mentioned in the letter too, we need to work through, we need to work through that part too, because that's a big part of where the city stands, is that is not just county money. That is money that was collected in the city, and we don't want to move forward with just saying, we start at zero,
Well,
basically.
historically, it came to us with zero. Yeah.
Yes, it did.
So,
And keep in mind that the city did receive. Now you had a speaker last night say that the city has been not funded well and all of this stuff off of the TLT, but we know that they were within the last year, not fiscal, but within the last year, 530,000 to the city.
Mhm.
So there has been considerable amount, and it was zero in the beginning. when the
Well, and-
county
Yeah,
started.
and I don't deny that there's
Yeah,
been, and
and
that all needs to be part of the discussion, is what has been distributed and things like that.
Well,
But
and-
there's still a sizable chunk of money that at the end of this year that won't be spent, and
That we will have
from
to
our
use going forward.
yeah, and then
from our position.
I have to take into consideration that during COVID, a lot of people didn't stay inside the city, that they did stay in Airbnbs and the hostels outside of the city limits, which took a big chunk out of it. There was a weird flux there that it's hard to track that.
If we need to get in the details, everything is broken out by Baker City and we can subtract everything that we got, but the county was collecting our money, and the city's position is not that we're going to start with 0 on July 1st.
The,
I don't think that would be fair at all.
and we also have to, take into consideration how much was spent out to all of the big events that had been, for years. We've always give, 5,000 out to Shriners, and
It's 10.
it is 10, isn't it? So
10 to
there's,
Shriners, 10 to 1A, 80,000 to Baker City downtown.
Plus all the events, like the
Shriners
support,
and,
well, the marketing support.
yeah.
Marketing support.
Oh, that's right.
On
Yeah,
those that are related to those.
yeah.
Right,
so-
but every year there was also a budget surplus left, and I agree, we'll go into as much detail as you want, but our intent is to not start at 0, because we believe some percentage of that money that's remaining in there is
Yeah.
is from the city's collection.
So for work session, if we can get financial statements, the year ones that you create, maybe for 22, 23, 24, 25. And we can go from there and take a look, because that'll tell us exactly who got the money and where it went, if I remember right.
Mhm.
And so we'll have to figure out exactly which account we're gonna look at.
And I will also say, I'm only referring to the tourism promotion part. I think
And-
you
and
all have
me as
been more
well.
than fair on the economic development thing, and
Mhm.
that's good. It's only on the TLT tourism promotion area that balance that's left. So that's what we would like to have the discussion with county on.
Okay. All right,
Anything
is that
else?
anything else for transit
So do you
lodging?
want to schedule a work session now? Yes. I have it down.
Yeah,
So do you guys want to schedule a work session now? Because I think sooner than later.
Might as
because
well.
of budget.
yeah, because we have to have this banged out before. Gee, I'm glad you're the budget officer.
All about the money. So we could either do maybe the afternoon of the 19th or the 26th of March.
Either way,
I think so.
we could do it, if we want to free up the 26th, then just do it on the 19th, because we're convening anyway.
Okay.
Is that?
So say 1
19th is
o'clock.
our
Regular?
regular session.
Yes, do it on the 19th.
So like say, oh, Heidi,
Because-
Just to let you know, I think the TLT is meeting on the 20th. I don't know if that'll factor into when you want to meet it.
well, you have ethics on the 20th. too.
I'm just saying if you
Oh.
want to
I don't know that it,
find out.
Let
what
TLT go through their meeting before we have the work session.
what are they going
or-
to talk about?
EDC is gonna be the 18th and TLT is gonna be the 20th. So, I mean, I see what Heidi is saying. If both of the meetings occur in that week, next week, then do we just let them go and, or
No,
I
Let's-
think
Tyler,
we
what's-
do it on the
no,
19th.
let's go ahead and do. the
Tyler,
work
what's on your
session.
agenda for the 20th?
Budget.
I think we're starting to get a forum, because we have a bunch of people out of town.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been working on that stuff.
So
So
let's
I mean-
go ahead and let's do the work session after regular session. And
On the
then,
19th.
yeah, and then that way, if you don't have a quorum, you can still come to that.
And I don't know if there's people in town.
I don't know.
Will you
gonna
be in town on
here?
that?
I'm out of town.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so.
Is that spring break?
No, spring break's the next week.
Well, in the following week, is spring break.
So-
So
I say
who
we
would,
have it on the
who would be a
19th.
good
Could you
person
zoom
from
in?
TLT? Who'd be a good person from TLT?
We need to get
No.
it going.
No, because we-
Because of
we're gonna
budget.
do
Budgetary.
Who is?
Mandy is.
Okay.
The vice chair.
Would
Yeah,
Mandy be-
let's schedule for the 19th. People have to either zoom in or be here. I mean, we've got to get it going.
Okay.
Because then even if you can pull it off for the 20th, then you'll have an idea of what's expected. So.
Yeah.
And then we can, like I said, we can do EDC the day before and then we'll know. So with
1
everything.
o'clock? You want to do 1 o'clock?
One.
Would that work on the 19th?
To be
1 o'clock?
safe, it would be 1 o'clock because our
Or should
sessions
we,
usually
or should
run
we
to
do
noon now.
2 to have time enough to go get
1:30.
lunch and 1:30? Yeah. Split the difference.
Okay,
It's like an
1:30. 1:30.
Okay. 1:35. We have 35.
Don't be noodle. 1:32. 1:34.
Set it at 1:32.
No.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
So, so I've
Yeah.
got, so right now, just for those, I mean, it's gonna be a public meeting, but for those, we want to make sure either, we got Christina, Shelley, us,
EDC, TLT.
Barry, TLT, EDC, Jessica, Chris, and your Ariel, right? No.
No.
You are who? Me?
BCU.
We've met. We have met. Now that you say that, yes.
BCU.
Yeah, okay. And then, BCD.
You're chair of BC.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
board chair of BCD.
Yeah.
Okay.
BCD is, I mean, you could, she's a contract, I mean, they're a contractor.
I mean,
but
just,
she's part of, I mean, she,
so I mean,
No,
just,
it's fine.
yeah.
and then I'll have financial statements to look at and hopefully have them calculated out as to
Yeah.
who got what and all the percentages and all that stuff, and I
It'll
can
be a
do
little
that.
tricky with co-op marketing and some of those.
Yeah, but we can put that, we can label it that.
Yeah.
And so,
we're gonna definitely take a look at that.
Yeah, but we can look back at the receipts of the co-op marketing. It's gonna.
Well,
it is gonna
we'll
be
take a
down,
look and
though.
see what it's at. We'll look at that. So,
Tourist related facilities too.
I was,
Well, it's an open meeting, so, I mean, they have representatives on EDC, on TLT, so they would be a part of that already.
Oh, that's true,
Let's stick
yeah.
to the committees and boards and things like that that need to make the decisions,
Yeah.
that speak on behalf of those entities. Now, from the partners group, do you want SBDC? They're the only ones out of that group that haven't been mentioned.
Well, they don't have a contract.
But they don't have a contract or anything, and.
And they don't.
Okay.
And
No,
they just,
'cause
they're,
they'll have to pick up the pieces.
And Jeff will be
where
there
we-
on behalf of EDC, so. And
Okay.
TLT? Is Jeff TLT?
He's.
No, he's just
He's
economic
EDC.
He's
development.
also on BC board.
But he's
Okay.
also on,
So we're all.
we'll have overlap.
Okay.
we will, and I think, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, that's great. That's great.
So are you wanting just one representative from each committee or the whole?
Well, it's open,
It's
it's a
open.
public meeting.
It's a public meeting.
At the table.
At the table, yes, it'd be nice to have one representative.
Well, I definitely want at least one.
Yeah, and
from
then the rest can sit in the
everybody,
audience. so, yeah.
and then, if if more of the board show up.
But
we'll go
yes,
from there.
yes, please, at least one
Yeah.
representative from each one of them.
So I have the 227 fund, right? And then what's the 226 fund?
That's the actual collection fund, so that the taxes come into there.
And then it goes, okay, all right, okay, okay, all right. And that's the only two, or that's the only one we worry about in this, what we're gonna worry about?
Well, we'll need to worry about both. The
Okay.
226 will be adjusted just for everything other than the city, and then we'll split it out to the 70-30, I'm assuming.
Okay,
5.
okay, all right,
And then we'll leave the 227 will be the market.
okay,
And the EDC fund,
okay.
No,
or EDC is 218.
And we don't care about those, right? At this point?
And they'll need, economic development will need to look at theirs also.
That's what I'm saying, they're gonna have.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
to look
Yeah,
at theirs
okay.
as well.
And then,
And
then there's a 318, the economic development incentive. Is that the ones that,
that's,
where they give their,
that's where they do their granting.
okay, all right,
And you also might want to address video lottery.
And
Okay.
that's, yeah, yeah.
okay.
So that may change also.
So the video lottery fund, is there an IGA for that? Or is that just come into the county and we just distribute?
Yeah.
Like some of it goes to EDC and some of it goes to wherever? Okay, all right, so we'll need to look at that. Okay,
That's,
It goes throughout the county in several areas.
that,
Okay.
That's up
that
to the
goes
county.
direct,
I'm learning, guys.
that
And
goes
it's-
direct from state to county.
Yeah, and it's up to the county to distribute to those.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sure. Okay.
Anything else?
All right,
Any direction, and yeah.
Okay,
I like your can-do
we'll
attitude.
Google them out.
You're the bestest.
I'll come in after the meeting. I'll let you know. what I need. Okay, thanks.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you.
No problem.
All right, move on to documents to be signed. Letter of support for Wind Waves grant application for broadband equity access and deployment.
Did he ask us to do this when he was sitting here?
Mhm.
Oh, wow, I must have.
That part I actually
So,
remember.
my understanding is Windwave is the only one that, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. See you soon.
So, okay, so, Windwave is the only one, the only company that's
No.
wanting us to do, I mean, is wanting to work with the county?
Rally asked before, so I think we've already, said that, yeah, we're in support of Rally.
Can we do a letter of support for all of them?
Yeah, but this
Okay,
isn't
all right.
specific to like,
Do we
we want
have
to designate this
Wind Wave.
company as,
Is
I
that-
We're
don't know
just-
where this came in. It was
Let me see
dirty.
that.
I don't know, I got coffee on it or something.
It was on your, it's on your desk.
Oh, it's on here. As an extra.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
It's all
probably
right.
at
I
the very
got
bottom.
it.
Okay, so,
I read through it. It's pretty general.
It doesn't say we have to.
No,
give
there's
them
nothing.
so all we're doing is
$30,000
supporting that
or-
they're gonna propose it.
that
And so
they're-
that we did that for the other one company too, that they're gonna propose, they're proposing, they're applying and we support
Yeah.
them.
Because they, like he explained, there's so many of those.
Right.
Other areas that they can't touch but there is a few that Rally and
Mhm.
Wind Wave can.
Yeah. So what's
Did he
interesting is,
mention some money asked from the county, so.
Yeah,
there
but
was
this
no
is
money
not a
asked for
money
me.
ask.
No,
Okay, then I'm,
I read
this
through
is,
it.
I didn't get it as a money ask. And
guess
then the question I had was, what about the other companies? I didn't realize we'd already signed one for the other
We
one.
did for
Okay.
Rally.
I think it was for Raleigh, if you meant, but yeah,
Yeah.
this is strictly just, we support them applying.
Applying for the,
grant
okay,
funds, so
all right.
Yeah,
all
if they can do the work and whoever, because we don't have any control over who gets picked, so.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to sign the letter of support for WindWave's grant application for broadband equity access and deployment, otherwise known as BEAD.
I will second that. I have one that's, we need to sign, so, okay. Oh, that's a blue pen.
All
right.
Well, we've got.
Financial, is that all we have for documents to be signed?
That's it.
We
We
didn't,
signed a bunch last time.
we didn't
Well,
pick
we
up
have that
anything
one
today?
for the sheriff.
Yeah.
And then
This
just
one.
this one for,
And she's got one for the
oh,
sheriff.
she
You
has
have the pack?
Okay.
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 Do you want it right now?
No.
No, we'll get it in a minute, but we're good on that then. That's it. Okay. Let's go to, what do we want to do? Financial reports.
Okay, I'm going to move that we approve account payable reports V49, C09, payroll and payroll AP reports, PRC 70, APC 08, PRC 71, and the February financial report.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Do you have anything for calendar update or commissioners update?
Yeah, so Michelle, you just talked about that there was a request for me to present.
Yeah, I gave that to you, didn't
And
I?
I just got an email from a reporter with ODA asking me to do the same thing.
Okay,
So
all right, I'll let
that's-
Dallas know that you're in contact with him.
Yeah, because he said that Dallas told him to get to me.
I did
to-
respond back that I was gonna talk to you. Yes, I did do that.
So I will look at presenting, just giving a little spiel at the Northeast Oregon, the first ever Northeast Oregon Rangeland Summit at Eastern Oregon University in the Grand on Thursday, April 3rd. So, and I'll probably just spend the day there, I'm thinking.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I had it on there and I just, they want me to talk about grazing and so I'm like,
What
I
is
don't like. It's the first ever Northeast Oregon Rangeland Summit at
Oh.
EOU and
And
the Grand.
They've asked for
Yeah.
commissioners.
It's.
No, that's
yeah.
great.
So, but with narrowing it down to what Michelle had showed me and what they're saying here, then yes, I think I can do it. I was like, what do I know about rangeland? I mean, I know that, yeah, we need water and grazing and everything else, but.
Fire
but-
protection and fire
Yeah.
protection.
Fire protection. all
Rangeland
that
fire.
stuff.
So, okay.
So,
Yeah, we need to keep it intact.
yeah, so I will
Okay.
do that, Michelle, and.
What's the date of that?
April 3rd.
In the grant.
So I don't have, I have some stuff. I will get with, I'll follow up with, oh, but I have it on, you can have it.
Oh, this is that file right there.
Oh, yes, okay.
That's the confidential file.
Until we have our next meeting.
That's going back to Heidi, all that
It's
stuff.
just a series
that,
of
including my notes, yeah.
legislative stuff. It looks like for me, for the most part. So calendar and update and everything.
Okay.
And that seems like all we've been doing since the last meeting.
Just, yeah.
It's legislative.
She didn't write down.
Yeah. So unless you guys have something that's.
So for calendar update, I had, I met with DEQ, Lori Gordon. She's getting us a name for your county person to do inspections because Jesse's not gonna be able to do it.
Oh.
Jesse's gonna do the septic,
Oh, that's
but
right.
can't
That's
do the
right.
restaurant stuff that they do. And so she's getting us a name.
Who's getting us?
Lori Gordon from DEQ. Because everybody else that Chastity has been contacting, they can't do
all
it, they won't do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she says she has a name, she's emailing it to me probably
Okay.
today or tomorrow when she gets back in the office.
So does that mean that we won't, or we will, we don't know, if we're doing an IGA with another county again to have that?
We don't know
We
that
don't
yet.
know.
Okay.
We don't know.
We're working on that.
Or if it's somebody within this county, then we wouldn't have to have that
Yes.
IGA.
Yes.
That would be nice.
So
but-
I think Jessie wanted to do it. but
Yeah.
She doesn't have the capacity at this point because she has to do
Three.
Baker, Union and
Three
Wallowa
counties,
counties. And so
yeah.
she doesn't have the capacity to do the rest of that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's, when I was talking to
Good to
Lori,
know.
it came up.
Thank you.
We were working on recycling stuff and it came up. I said, oh, by the way, anyway, this Lori Gordon is amazing with DEQ. She
Okay.
used to work, she graduated from Oregon State. She was an ag instructor. So she got her master's in ag education, taught for a while, worked with ODA. And so she kind of talks our language and she's just, it was really nice to deal with her.
Good.
So,
Very
and
good.
she's really good on the recycling, helping us with that.
Oh,
And
okay.
so,
Double.
What-
yeah.
What is her position at DEQ? Do you know?
Her card's upstairs, but.
Okay, I'm just curious.
I think her main focus right now is the Recycling Modernization Act, and
Oh, I
getting
see.
everybody, so that's who Stephen and Gabriel are working with really close. So,
That a contact from DEQ and the other one,
Oh, Vanessa Rose?
Yeah.
What about Vanessa?
I just wondered if it.
Oh,
if
no,
she was
Vanessa
going the
is,
same-
Vanessa is
That's like regional.
distinct, she's water
Water.
quality.
Okay,
So, I mean,
That's what I was
they
asking.
kind of have their,
they have their little
Departments that
silos.
they-
well, and
their
that's what I
silos.
was asking, what department
yeah.
they were from.
And then I did meet with Amy Browse with Baker City Downtown a little bit. Interesting conversation. And then my new committee is the LADPC MHAC. So it has something to do with drug and alcohol and mental health. And I had my first meeting yesterday. So
Oh,
it was,
was
it was a good meeting.
Good.
It was a really good meeting.
good.
And so sneaked by and didn't have to become chair.
That's because you're present.
Andy Mitchell is
If
doing
you're not
that.
Oh,
present,
good.
Yeah, and so anyway, so that's kind of what we had going on today. So yesterday, today, and tomorrow are interviews for the vice provost for Division of Extension and Engagement. I'm sitting on there as the ECAN chair,
Will you explain that? What's the ECAN?
Extension Citizens Advisory Network, and
And
I've
you've
been on
done
it
that
for
for a
like
long
12,
time.
15 years.
And that's,
And I just moved from being the at-large person to being the commissioner, the East Side Commissioner.
Oh,
So
nice.
Craig
Okay.
Pope is the West Side Commissioner. I'm the East Side Commissioner. It's kind of between Paul Anders and I. Paul would have been his first year on it. So he took the at-large and I took the commission.
Okay.
So,
okay.
but anyway, so we're interviewing for the vice provost for extension engagement.
Well, that sounds.
The guy yesterday was from Kansas. The one today he's the interim at this point. You guys probably, Chris Elliott, I don't know if you guys met him or not. And then tomorrow is
I know, yeah.
Mark Browning from Pendleton. So it was interesting that I said on Mark Browning's.
And you saw that, I took it off of the calendar because they hit me on that to,
Oh.
and I was like, no, Michelle has.
Well, there was only,
She has
and so
that.
that's why I put it
Michelle
out there,
has
but there was only 10 of us on the call and it went out to all commissioners and everybody.
Oh.
So there was only like 10 of us on there. So
Huh.
I would have jumped on, but with your
Yeah, I just-
position,
it- I just,
no-
what do you know about extension? Tell me what you think. How's it changed? What about the funding? What do you, and that. So we talked a lot about that. And this guy basically has the same position at Kansas State. So I'm just going, why would you move from Kansas State to Oregon? But it's
Have
a
you
bigger
been to
college.
Kansas?
Well, it's a bigger college. So anyway, just curious on that. So that's
See
what I
the whole
have.
state from wherever you're standing.
Yeah. We also, yeah, we have I'm also on this animal shelter committee.
Yes. we'll go with the-
Thank you, Donnie. And so there's 3 commissioners, or no, 3 counselors. And so I did the count to make sure that there wasn't a quorum there, but there's not, they have 7.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's Grattan, Helen, and Donnie, me, Summer Brown from Best Friends, and Lisa Millsop from
Oh, good.
Best Friends. And I think, oh, and Dick Haynes.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say. Dick
yeah.
has to-
And so we're coming up with some numbers and things like that. We just don't want to have what happened at Animal Clinic to happen at the
Yeah.
vet hospital. And so they've been very open with Brett to make sure that, they know all this, and the prices have gone up. But they're trying to work with them so that, is there a way to, if somebody gets a dog impounded on Friday afternoon and they can't get there till Saturday, but the county is closed, they can't, or the city's closed and they can't get their dog license and all that stuff. So, and then they have 2 extra days of impound fees. So, anyway, so we're working on that, trying to figure out a way to do that. Lisa's going, I'm not sure because of having to get into the city services computer, and I don't think it's just too much. So anyway, we're working on that, but they're also looking at, is there a way for grant funding to come up with a different property? They were looking at Donna Canyons, but there's so much work that has to be done.
That's the thing.
To do that many dogs that are probably coming in and make it, or can we build something that's nice and make it a refuge, or not a refuge, a sanctuary?
Did you guys, have you toured that property to see it
I
in
used,
person?
I've taken my dogs there a long
I
time
have
ago.
too, but have you? has
No, not
anybody-
lately.
Is that on the list for that group?
I
to go over?
don't know. Maybe they've already, I think Summer might have already been in there and Dick may have already been in there. So I don't
Yeah.
know the answer to
Is
that.
Summer still around, or did she?
Oh, yeah. No, she's here.
I
So-
don't
She's very
remember
involved.
she was-
She's very involved.
So
Okay.
now it's not animal clinic, but it's the animal.
The
vet-
hospital, the
The
vet hospital.
hospital or whatever.
I've only been confused.
And so they worked with,
30 years.
the county now has, in the city, they have their keys to get in and
Okay.
all that stuff.
Good.
So we have that in place right now. We're just trying to figure out, is there a way to build a longer term?
Yeah.
Which
thing?
that's why I looked at that and I thought,
You
here's
know,
the base for best friends and
So it'd be the
everybody.
base, but do we want to, do we want to expand it? So anyway, they're looking at it. Still a lot of money, but even if you build it, still a lot of money.
I still just can't imagine that, this bad deal with that. I mean, just with what is existing there.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
but
So
Trying to come up with.
anyway, so
That's like
money
where-
fast enough.
Well, and that's why I was wondering about them actually going through and seeing.
I
it
think
and-
Summer and Dick have,
Oh, they have, I think.
but,
Yeah.
because I think Dick and worked with Donna quite a bit, and I think Summer has been.
I think
So,
Dick told
but
me that.
everybody was under the understanding that she was leaving everything to Best Friends, and she didn't. She left it to Leo Adler Foundation.
That's where it's at.
It's going to go to
Oh.
Leo Adler.
Okay,
That was what we found out the other night. So
okay.
What now?
It was left
her
to Leo
estate-
Adler down
her
at
estate went to
Canyon.
Leo Adler, not to Best Friends.
Oh, okay.
Because it would have been great if that would have
Yeah,
happened.
that
That would have been
would've
great.
been
But, and now maybe we go to
Maybe.
Leo Adler to work on that. So anyway, we're just trying to get numbers at this
Yeah.
point.
So
And
that's a possibility.
yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. But anyway, so Summer and Grattan and Lisa are working on the numbers and a statement of, to go to the county, say, or to the public and say, why do we need a shelter? What are we going to do? And so they're coming up with a mission statement and things like that. So our next meeting is the 27th.
Okay.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no, I didn't know you were doing it, but I sure appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Donnie called me. Well, thank you to Summer Brown. So
Yeah. No, I'm glad that there's good movement on that because it's super important.
yeah, we're gonna try and meet for a couple times a week. So for next week, we have commission on the 19th. I have a Fair Board meeting on the 18th.
ABC is on the 18th.
Yeah, and then we have ethics on the 20th.
Yeah,
And that's at 1:00 in here?
it's,
And I was thinking, I may
that-
have signed up twice. Because I thought I did it and then you sent it out again. I went, oh, man.
Heidi, do I need to take the ethics
Everybody has to.
Everybody has to.
Have you taken it?
And several times, I'm not against taking it again.
County College, we had it.
Yeah, but it's saying
and
once a
we
year
had
you
it
have
in
to do
here
this.
In this
Yeah.
room.
You have to do it
And
once
I've
a
had
year.
it-
I think it's once in your term.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, once it's your term?
once in your term, I think is what I saw. Let me pull up the email right quick.
Which the county college one was the most complete, and then the one that we had in here was just, I mean, it covered all of it again. It was just like a repeat of our county college
college.
ethics
Right.
weekend.
Um,
I know,
What-
I wasn't sure if I signed up either. She goes, just
do it
walk
again. That's
in,
what I did.
just walk in.
How-
But I mean, I know
When
that
is-
we
it's
have
on the
done it
20th.
twice.
Yeah, when I've done it.
Oh, so I didn't
think-
realize it was once a term. I thought it was, I read it as once a year.
Let me find it here from him.
Anyway, because we've got people from Fair Board coming.
That's good.
Yeah, any of those boards, EDC, fair.
Because they're
It's at the
changing
same
it
time,
where-
so Angela and Devin can't come because that's their fair college. So they're doing, they also now have to have a fair college versus a county college,
Yeah,
and all that stuff. So it's the same time.
And it's a weekend thing like yours is.
there has been those changes, like we're saying, but the boards need to come if they, and I wasn't sure, I think it is now that if you distribute $1 million, you need to take.
Yes.
I thought it's if you had it in the kitty or.
No, it's if you have a project that's close to $1 million.
Yeah.
So according to ORS 192.700 sub 2A, every member of a governing body of a public body with total expenditures for a fiscal year of 1 million or more shall attend or view training prepared under this section, enrolled House Bill 2805, page 2, at least once during the member's term
Okay.
of office, and shall verify the attendance using the method prescribed.
Okay.
Um,
And that's on the 20th?
And the
Yeah.
21st, and out in Halfway on the 19th.
Yeah, so it's here at the courthouse, it's the 20th at 2 o'clock and then the 21st at 9 a.m. So
Okay.
I think
Both
we're.
here?
Yeah, in this room.
Okay.
So I think the last I heard, they had 18 people signed up for the 20th, and that's why they offered additional classes because I think there's some folks from John Day that.
Oh,
come in.
yeah.
So, that's why we opened up the 21st that morning. So,
Are they coming or are they doing it online?
so I believe it's Charlie Esparza will be here
Okay,
in person, and then also offering an online option. Just because we're limited.
but the presenters will be here.
I believe so.
Good.
Yes.
It's a lot more fun that way.
Yeah, because I saw yesterday that they added Halfway on the 19th, us on the 20th. They said that the 20th at 2 o'clock was full, but they were offering it online.
So there's one in
And
Halfway?
then 21st is still not full.
Where did you see that?
In an email from ethics.
Well, so maybe I didn't get signed up, but I did it twice. Because I did not get that.
Yeah, it was.
Are
in an
you-
email.
Because I signed up. I know I did twice.
Have you done ethics yet? 'Cause
Well,
you'll get it
in county college I did.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, but I signed up, I thought. I
If
will
you
go
need to, you just did it.
Well, I'm going to. Just because then I get to hear what everybody else is saying. So,
Okay.
let's. All right, I will, yeah, because I didn't get an email,
What's the cutoff date to sign up for it?
whenever. But if the 20th is full,
Yeah, I think up until the day.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. I've got stuff
all
going.
right, I'll figure it out.
I would like to take it again with any changes, so I'll see if I can.
Okay. I'll just call them. They answer their
I'll
phone.
check with Charlie's to see if you guys.
If I
need to
sign-
Take it this particular training, or if what you've.
Would you
already
find
done
out, can you find out if I signed up?
I've asked him for
He
a
doesn't.
roster, and he just replied back, we have 18 people. So he did say that they've been extremely busy trying to get all of these.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna show up at one of those two, so.
I just sent you the email that I got from Oregon Government Ethics about those 3 meetings. And I sent it to Heidi and she'll.
Okay, perfect, thank you. That's all I have.
Okay.
Oh, let's see,
I
wait a
guess I
minute,
can
let's
take
see.
TLDF or TLDF with the 20th, probably.
Keep it on. just in
I'll
case.
keep it on just in case. I also have Powder Basin TMDL in the morning, that at 10 o'clock that morning, I'm gonna have to get on with all the agencies.
If TLT happens, I can go to it since it's,
No, I'm fine. That's at 9 o'clock, but then I have to jump on the TMDL because Donnie will be out
when is CMDL?
10.
I don't think TLT.
No,
I don't.
I think
it's
that
gonna
I probably they'll cancel.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but, yeah, if it is, then I'll be there from 9 to 10, but then I'm gonna have to jump on
Well,
the
that's what I was
TMDL.
gonna say.
So after
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Can I mention too, when Jessica was talking about her contract and then doing marketing in the city after July 1st, it would be good for her to review the contract, because if her contract says she has to do city services.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be in breach of that.
Mhm.
So if the county doesn't want to use county funds for city marketing, we may need to do an amendment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just.
I have a copy of that.
And reading into her contract, it was more that Baker City Downtown had to, those that she was the lead and that they had to
Work with.
her, which hasn't been happening.
That was in the BCD contract.
Yeah.
Their agreement. That was specifically in.
But I'll look at
Ariel's
her contract again. I'll go through it.
And I can't remember what the language as far as marketing, I thought it just said countywide, but we need to look at it for sure.
Yeah.
As far as Jessica's, I thought it said, because, we weren't thinking about it. at
What
the time.
about Brian's contract with EDC? Is that going to change? Do you
It
think?
can.
Oh, yeah, everything is gonna change. Everything is gonna change in those two committees.
And
one
Chris's
thing-
Chris's contract with Chamber with Baker City, Baker County, that won't.
We don't know.
Okay.
That's not necessarily us. It's what we pay in and what we contribute to that, but
That comes from.
he isn't specifically
Okay.
ours.
Okay.
Right.
He's not,
We
yeah.
pay for them to hire a full or part-time.
And that's their
90-some
board.
thousand.
Yeah.
And that's their board.
To sit at the visitor center to do the work. And then,
Speaking of that, are any of you guys going to the chamber thing this weekend?
Huh?
You going to the chamber thing this weekend?
I'm babysitting so that Paige and Eli can go to the chamber thing this weekend.
is that the banquet?
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm going.
I'm gonna
My
get to
person
go.
didn't win, so but I'm
We'll
still going. But I,
represent because I'll be up with babies.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid I'll be doing. Just come over.
okay, I got it. I'm on it.
I will be down at the parks more, off and on,
With Donnie being
with
out.
Donnie being out. I will be running the NRAC meetings, and just filling in wherever, on that part.
When do they open up for camping down there?
Soon. It's gonna be the 22nd, she said.
Of March?
I'm thinking 21st. Yeah, he's flushing the water right now, the well water. Last year when they opened it up, it came out hot and red.
Right.
So, yeah, very
Yummy.
nice water, and it'll be posted non-potable
For a long time.
for a while.
Yeah.
We're opening up the bathrooms, but not the showers,
Okay.
Maybe
because we
we're
don't
sitting
want
on
people
a-
showered.
Maybe we're sitting on a third.
That's what I said. I said we should turn this into a hot spring.
Yeah,
But-
maybe we're missing the boat here.
Yeah.
I didn't think you knew
Um,
that water down there was potable.
What's that?
I didn't think you knew the water down there was potable.
Well, once it starts flowing, it's tested on a constant basis, and they say it's pot. I wouldn't.
I drank the water in some rough countries, but
I
I'll
wouldn't.
take my water.
so far I haven't done it.
that and this spring. Which
I want to try that one of these days. I'm gonna go up and try it.
Yeah,
I would
it
probably
flows
be,
out of the pipe.
I
so.
would probably be braver with this friends.
I didn't. I spit it out. So yeah, those just so you guys know those. Yeah, and I missed yesterday's caucus call. I did exactly what
Oh,
you
I
did
was-
the week before.
I was
I was
wondering.
like,
I was going,
yeah, I had no. Yeah, I didn't know until like 8:30. I went, oh, sorry.
I'm trying to think who was running it.
Was it Bobby Levy?
No, it was the other leaving.
Oh,
Emerson.
Emerson leaving. Because she was very, because you talked and then I talked. I'm going, because I was waiting and then I went,
There's silence
It
from
was,
the third one.
it was weird. It was like an old General Motors.
So there was some conversation about the recreational immunity. I'm not sure that's gonna fly.
Oh, no, serious?
Yeah. Didn't you get that impression?
AOC is in support of it, I know, but.
Well, yeah,
And
and
it's moving.
Senator
And
Nash
it's
said
all-
something, was it Senator Nash that said something that,
my line was getting a little garbled at it, but yeah, it seemed like that there was some kind of
there's not,
opposition and I
there's
don't
some
understand.
opposition from the west side, and I don't know what it's for. I don't.
But it's, so we probably better, well, look at it.
I'll look into it, yeah, 'cause that's what I'm
Because all we
tracking.
were doing was making it permanent. right?
Yes, yes,
Instead of
because they
having
put the
to-
rules to protect
Yeah.
all of
but
the
it was-
people who allow public onto their lands for recreation protection.
Right.
Yeah,
So I don't see
I
how
just,
that's not
and maybe,
bipartisan.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but that's the impression that I got.
Okay,
Or do you want to check with Mark? Or,
yeah.
Well, I think you
I-
can just, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk about
I
it.
will, I'll look into it, it's one of mine.
We
that
can
I've been
just talk about it
tracking.
on Tuesday.
It's
Yeah.
so important for our parks.
Well, I don't know that, it hasn't been scheduled for a hearing. It's just not,
maybe
so there's
that
a lot
was-
of things
maybe
that are
was
not.
It wasn't scheduled for a hearing.
So there's
they
a lot of
fall
things
off.
that are just starting to fall off because they aren't scheduled and they're not getting that.
So.
And that goes back to what you were talking
So if
about with
that's
that
the
one.
case, we
with
need to
one
make
bill.
sure that it gets renewed for the next year, so we can do it again.
Gosh, yeah, cause I think it's gonna, I thought it was gonna sunset.
Especially if we're, buying more property for people to fall
Ugh, okay.
Oh, I also have a
Heidi.
meeting with Andrew Cutler.
Just a quick
tomorrow.
update too, and Shane can talk about it if you want, but we met with the early bird.
Oh, right.
coordinator,
Oh,
And she, we talked about having her come to a department head meeting on the 9th.
Oh.
So
Mhm.
tentatively, we're looking at having a department head on the 9th at 8 AM. She would come in about 8:30 AM, talk about the services and then be
Very
available to meet with department heads. In the meantime, she's working, she's gonna send us a draft contract.
Okay.
For that, and it would be set up on a like task order type of.
Yes.
So it would be pretty broad, the contract itself, but it would allow for specific, what she called task orders, where if it's, say, the road department wants to apply for funds for a new bridge, they would fill out this task order, specifically stating which grant it was.
Nice.
What, blah, blah, blah.
so they'd have to know what the grant is ahead of time.
Yeah, so she
Okay.
could do some research
Mhm.
Okay.
ahead and then
Okay,
line out like how she would be funded, per
Okay.
task, depending on the grant. Have it signed by a commissioner to say, yep, go apply for that grant. But once that task order is done, they would still do that grant form, bring it to the commissioners
Okay,
and
Yeah.
say.
so that would
would
tell you about matching funds and things like that. It
Right.
would tell you about all that.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we would say yes or no or whatever.
So I know that she talked about. So one of the things was a percentage, we'd originally talked about a percentage of the grant. And then in her proposal, she came back with an hourly.
Yeah.
And so,
That would be addressed, I think, by grant.
okay,
So
So-
there may be some hourly stuff leading up to it.
Okay.
And then if we put in there, like, there's an admin fee,
that goes to her.
with that grant, then, make it part of that task order.
because every grant comes with hopefully a percentage of the admin fee.
Yes.
So it's kind of double. I can see where she's at with our, and then I can see also what's allowed
Yep.
in that particular grant for admin
Yeah.
fees for just the general processing and everything, or if she gets a portion of that, hopefully it's within that portion of the percentage that's offered that her hourly would
Okay,
come out
okay.
of.
Once
Okay.
it's secured. yeah.
I like it. She sounds
Yeah.
organized.
Oh, just
She
super.
is fantastic.
Wow.
I haven't seen Heidi this happy since I got here.
No, everything she said.
I'm-
sounded great.
I know that she met with Bakerville Fire and she's helping them too. And they love her. They love her.
Okay.
Yeah,
They haven't done, she hasn't done anything yet, but.
right, yeah.
But they enjoyed meeting with her and trying to figure that out.
What
The
time
the
would
light that
the-
she's shining at the end of their tunnel
With the
is.
department head meeting, do we do that early for the department heads?
Yeah, so we would have our normal department head meeting at 8.
8.
She would we would do whatever we need to do until about 8:30. Then she would come in and talk and introduce herself and be available to meet after that with
Okay.
department heads to see what projects they had in the works or what their wish list
Right.
is. Is what she really wants is just a wish list of things that they want money for.
Mm.
And then she can go out and research and start working with them.
So should I block out until 10 or from 8 to 10? You think,
Yeah,
or
probably.
probably?
I don't
Okay.
think it'll go that long, but.
Okay. I will do that. Request then. Can we put in the mayor's meeting on that same day so we don't have to meet
Yep.
again?
Yeah, as well.
And
At
could-
10 o'clock.
could they say 10:30, give us a little buffer? Ask the mayors if they'd be available at 10:30.
Should work.
Is there any specific thing you guys want?
Do we
to talk
want
about?
early?
I just want to hear from them this time. I know that last time was the first time that we've actually had something that was an agenda item that they wanted to discuss, but just in general, just for,
So on early bird, can she work with, will she work with the cities, outlying cities as well? Or is she just working with
Just
the
us,
county and
just
just the
in-
departments?
just county departments.
So that she would have to, it would-
If
would
they
have
want to
to-
retain her. to do
that would
her,
be different.
that's
Okay, all right. Okay, so I just before.
We're not the owners of her, but
Yeah.
but we are engaging with her
Her,
for.
just for the county.
Just
Okay.
in her.
Sorry, are you saying you want,
I want-
Oliver to?
No, that, sorry.
No,
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 no.
she
I was
kinda
asking a
overlapped
question.
The mayors with the grant thing
Yeah,
again.
and not
Michelle,
Gretchen.
you know,
Just,
Working on it. We're getting her.
my mind's going 100 miles an hour. So department head, what do we have for, an agenda yet?
I don't.
Do we want to talk about employee reviews?
Heidi, you had,
Employee what?
Employee reviews, evaluations.
Yeah, we could.
Sure.
yeah,
mayor's meeting, and I'm just gonna tentatively throw it in here for 10:30.
Heidi, you had a good idea for the mayor's meeting to have someone from outside potentially come in and present. But that is a good idea.
For what?
Did you want to?
Oh, just in the past, years past long ago, we would always invite like Lisa Dawson and the regional solutions guy, I can't remember his name, I don't know who it is now, but to talk
It's
about,
Courtney.
is that,
No, it's,
No, it's another guy.
Regional Solutions for the Governor.
yeah.
Yeah, there's another guy that's been.
there's another guy that sent it, sent the email out. Yeah.
Courtney's the one, I don't.
I
haven't-
get it, you know, to a certain degree. When I asked for the mayor's meetings to start again in January 2023, when we came in, I said, I'd like these mayor's meetings because I'd like to hear from the mayors. I guess we could ask them if they would be interested in people coming in and talking to them,
And
because
if they have
for
any
the
ideas.
most part, this was set up to hear from them and see what they needed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This would only be like a
with
10,
that
15 minute
grant
presentation.
thing that Greenhorn proposed, I think
Yeah.
that's just been an ongoing.
Well, we
topic.
flipped that back to the mayors though, too, to form
And I
their
don't
own
know,
group
did they
to-
ever,
Oh.
did they ever
We'll find
apply?
out.
It's up to them.
We'll
Because
find
there
out.
was,
But if there's somebody that could come and speak to, maybe not that, but just whatever issue
Yeah.
is happening, maybe talk about the different grants or, whatever available,
Mhm.
and how the state can help or, that's what it would be for. It's just to provide, information to them on what's available out there if they're looking for stuff.
Let's ask them if they would find that helpful.
Okay.
Beyond just hearing from them and listening and,
Do you guys want to talk about TLT or even Greater Idaho or anything with them?
yeah, let's go
Well,
ahead and
yeah.
update them on the Greater
Greater
Idaho.
because we might
now
have an
that we've
idea. on
had
this.
this.
We might have an update on the resolutions or on the bills. Well, I'm gonna date by then.
Well, what else?
We usually don't give them, this is what I'm saying, we usually don't give them, this is
Oh,
a,
them
this is a
giving-
listening for
Okay.
them, what do they need?
Okay.
So it's not like this
We
wasn't
don't-
set up for us to. 'cause
So
they
Michelle
can-
needs to shut up.
They can tune into any of our commission sessions and hear what we're doing at
Okay.
any time.
Okay.
This is for us to hear from them for the most
The
part.
TLT and EDC should probably be. that-
TLT
yeah.
for this time should be mentioned because that affects one of the cities and it may make a difference
It may
in,
make, because it could affect the amount of money going to them eventually down the road.
they don't get much past city. So yeah, maybe they get
They
more
haven't
this
been
time.
putting, they haven't been putting anything.
Yeah, well, and then if they had any economic development ideas that they'd like to see. Yeah, so no,
We
I
can
think,
just keep it general, let them know
Yeah.
what's going on
Okay.
with TLT and
Kind
yeah,
of same thing with department heads. This one.
for the most part, it's hearing from them. So I have both of those on there then, not at 8 to 10 and then 10:30 to 12, just tentatively.
then we can, department head meeting, we can coordinate on how you want to start the evaluations.
I want, well, we're gonna see where we're at.
And I need to get the job descriptions.
Yeah.
I'll try and do that before that meeting.
Okay. Because we haven't sent anything out yet because we're waiting on the job descriptions. So the self-evaluations haven't
Executive
happened.
assistant, how are we looking on that?
It's
Closes.
closed, I guess, on Monday, so
Okay.
we just need to get the application start reviewing,
2 days ago or coming Monday?
2 days ago.
Okay.
How many do we have?
Last I checked, I think there were 4.
Okay.
Thanks for sending those TLT ordinances.
You send it to everybody?
I'm good. I have it.
Okay, thank you.
You know, so we have it printed out and all of the changes.
With all of the scratching out and everything else. That's what I looked in I
Moist-
went into the file and I was
My
like,
stack looks like the Seattle phone book. What a mess.
okay. Oh, yeah. 2011, there was.
Isn't this fun?
Okay.
This is exciting stuff, isn't it? It was
Yeah.
busy, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's it. I don't have anything to report on that you guys don't know that I've done, so.
yeah.
Um,
And we'll meet next week again.
yeah,
So
I tell you what,
it's one of
though,
those months.
doing these meetings once a week and then trying to jump on and chair an online meeting with the different rules almost can't be done. It's a
Yeah.
good thing there's a script because you cannot remember, because instead of saying all in favor,
You have to do the nays.
you do the nays and abstentions.
Opposite.
I was watching, oh, you were on. but
Yeah,
Even,
for board of directors and ledge
Yeah.
for AOC.
yeah.
I missed the
even
ledge call because
Baker was
I
having
hit every,
trouble with it.
I hit all the other 4 committee meetings, so I missed the ledge call because I met with Barry and I was working with Stephen Henry. So was there anything exciting? in
The
ledge call?
AOC, the
The
Monday
ledge-
afternoon.
The big one, yeah.
There was.
Did they
it's
go
just-
with the support? Did they change any of the support or oppose on the legislation?
Yeah.
Oh, there's always constantly, because all the steering committees are
Yeah.
talking about that, so then it just comes in there and then that's where those go. They either
And then so
make
they
it or
either-
break it, they go
okay.
back to steering
So did
or
they
they
break
go
quite a
forward.
few?
There's so many that they were like either opposed or in favor
So-
of for each one of
Okay.
the steering
Okay.
committees.
I'll look.
I don't,
Sorry, but they do put out a report.
Yeah, and so I think I
I
got
don't
that.
know.
Okay.
Maybe it's just because I'm, getting my feet underneath me and we've been involved with AOC for almost 3 years. But the feel this year it feels different to me when you're in these. Because I did quite a bit with Health and Human Services last year. And it seemed like if there was something that would affect the county, the nexus was looser. And now it's like they're keeping it tighter. There's a lot of focus on if it's good for the county government.
Mhm.
And that's starting to bother me.
Yeah,
And I can see some of our compadres not very happy.
and do you see a difference in the abstention since they've made that
Yeah.
rule? They
Yes,
changed that
there's a
rule
lot
on
of those.
abstentions.
Yeah.
No, there's less than what there were. I
Oh, was
think
that-
there's
there's less
less in when
abstentions?
it comes to the final votes.
Yeah.
Since they
and then-
changed it,
that's right,
it's
and
either
then-
yay or nay. To abstain, you have to, there were certain,
So
Rules that were set
the vacancy fee, did that, so it came out of the governance committee to oppose that?
vacancy fee.
So like if your house is vacant more than 180
Oh,
days?
yes.
No,
So
that
Tillamook
came out
County,
to support.
oh yeah,
went-
that came out to support, right,
But
and
it
I
failed.
voted
went
no.
back.
It went back, okay, good.
Well,
I
you said
voted, I voted nay again.
You said nay on,
that said there were 2.
yeah.
The vacancy was
So it was vacant.
killed.
Okay, good,
was
because
sent
I
back,
said,
yeah.
who's gonna
The-
monitor it? And
You're
they said,
right.
well, the county, and I
No.
said,
No, and like Tillamook County said, do you know how many vacation rentals we have that are
So-
sitting empty for the most
they're
part?
40%,
So, yeah, and then,
and Tillamook, or
and that's
Lincoln
kind of
County.
what
and
I'm
Tillamook.
saying.
And private property rights.
Yeah,
You can't tell somebody if David has a empty house up towards Sumter and we say, that's empty, David, you need to rent that out or do something with it.
Or
That's
give
what
us
this bill wants to
$500 a
do,
year.
is
Or you
they
pay,
tell
you pay a
what to-
fee.
Or you pay a fee. They want to tell you what to do with your property if it's sitting empty.
So anyway, so,
Same bill you're talking about?
yeah,
Yeah,
What's the story behind a 40% vacancy rate in Burbos in Tillamook County?
because,
Because the people
the,
don't live
the
there year-round.
landlords have no rights, and so they were making,
yeah.
instead of making them a rental, if you will, they're making it a VRBO or an Airbnb.
So here the Burbos are booked all up.
Yeah.
But I guess because we haven't saturated the market with them, but Tillamook did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was really interesting because I
put.
because I asked, who's going to monitor it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And the guy, so in the chat says, well, Baker probably doesn't have as many problems as Lincoln County or whatever. And I went, whoa.
Well, the lady
And
said,
Scar, it was Scar, wasn't
Erin.
it? She was really, she said in her
She was, her and
county, there's a lot of.
Paul
empty
Fournier, yeah.
That are like abandoned or something.
so that's different though.
So
If you
to
wanna
me,
write a
abandoned
bill
property, if they're empty, if there's
Yeah.
no, you know, nothing in there.
And it's going.
Is
to
this off
farm,
Gotta go.
and
She's
it's
gotta
been
go.
Oh, you're
no,
gonna,
it's fine.
okay.
You guys keep talking. I was just listening in.
Anyway, it was just interesting that, you know, I mean,
It
there's a
was
lot.
180 days.
180 days. So I said, if you're, and so I said, if you have somebody that works out of town, Monday through Friday, their home in Baker, their home is in Baker, Saturday and Sunday,
Yeah. Is
So you
that
go-
consecutive?
52 days
Yeah.
times, you know, whatever, it's
Yeah.
104 days. So they
Yeah, I
would,
hadn't
no,
thought
it's
about that.
cumulative or consecutive.
So they'd have to pay.
Somebody to go around and monitor that. And I said, oh, I don't think so.
When we bought in Caldwell, a house over there, they said, okay, you get a tax break if you actually live in this house and you're not buying it for a rental. So you get a tax break for not being in,
Oh, sure.
for being in the house.
somebody
Well, that
has
makes
a-
more
Instead
sense.
of
Yeah.
penalizing you
If
for,
somebody has a bill that says, if this is 2 years defunct, the county can start.
Yeah,
pulling
it was-
$500 a year, because you're probably gonna.
It was a
end up
non-funded mandate.
taking it.
who's gonna monitor that?
We're gonna hire you, Christina, to go around and knock on the doors and see if everybody.
If it's abandoned, your tax people would know, but.
No, not necessarily.
If you're
Oh, I mean, if you're not paying taxes,
You're
but
not paying
then,
taxes.
but then
Right.
we're gonna sell it and we're gonna give money
But
back
if you're
anyway.
gonna, right, but that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna take on the liability of having to bait the dang thing, because you know, then maybe. But yeah, how many of these cabins were inherited like us?
Well,
Yeah,
you-
how many
you look
people
at-
are you in that cabin?
Well, look at the ones on Eagle
Not
Creek.
180.
Well, look at some of the ones up in Sumter, you know, I mean,
That's-
there's a lot in Sumter. There's a
Right.
bunch on Eagle Creek you can't even get to.
Exactly.
For
So-
however many months,
Okay,
so let's
what
just know
if-
bill it.
What if Greenhorn becomes unincorporated?
That's exactly, it would be.
So-
It,
Oh,
I just, all I saw was nightmare written all over that. I said, no.
And if
no.
it wasn't, and James left,
Yeah,
and if it wasn't for my vote, I mean, I can claim it, because if they want to be mad at me, I'll take it, because that's crap. But it was like one vote that kept them from going forward on it.
Okay,
And-
so it did go back.
it went back to
Yeah.
the steering committee.
Okay, good. All right.
And then so did the one where, you know, you can build a house in the backyard for grandma if you're out.
Oh, there was a lot of discussion
Yeah.
about that
And
one.
that's that.
They
yeah.
were, AOC was opposed to that, I thought.
They were gonna kill it, and James wanted it killed, and I thought, well, if you send it
Is that
back,
Commissioner Williams?
yeah,
Okay,
and if you send it back and they can get the amendment, then it might be
yeah, okay,
something you can work with, but I don't think they're going to, and I think it'll just die in session anyway.
okay. Well,
So
you're getting
I
to a
wasn't
point where
worried
it has to
about
hit
that.
committee here soon.
But yeah,
so-
what are you gonna do? Like, I'm gonna build a house on the back 40 for cousin Bill. So how?
Cousins
what do
don't
you-
count.
What do you want?
Cousins weren't in that definition.
Right,
Oh, well-
it wasn't cousins, it was sister, but it was siblings.
It was the
parents,
immediate family.
Immediate, like.
But then
siblings
you,
and
but then as
parents.
soon as they leave, so they have to be there for 18 months and then they leave and then you can rent to somebody else for
So how
18
am I gonna
months and then you
show-
have to go back to
how
a
am I gonna
family
show
member.
it? March my brother.
It was nuts.
Yeah, it's.
If I
it's
build a house for
ridiculous.
Bart, how do I do that? Like,
I've read a thing that I think needs to be circulated more in this country and in the state. And that is, this supposition that if legislatures convened and did nothing for an entire session, and then they went home,
Would be
the
better
country
off.
would be better.
Yeah.
I agree with
We
that.
have so many laws, and they're making up, this is not just somebody dreaming some crap. up.
Yeah.
Why?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the good ones, like the recreational immunity, aren't
Those are-
going
Yeah, and then they
anywhere.
don't
So what
get
was
where
it?
they're-
Senator Bonham made the comment that there, for a while it was kind of nice, everybody was kind of playing across the aisle and it was pretty nice. And Senator Bonham on Tuesday says, there are so many bad bills.
Yeah.
He says they are just coming out, bad bills.
Here's a macroeconomic, long-term perspective for Baker based on things I've heard today. One, tourism is a big deal.
Mhm.
Two, Verbos and whatever the other one is, B&B, Airbnb, they damaged the lodging industry everywhere except for major metropolitan areas. Everywhere else damaged it. Well, okay, so if you try to look ahead 10 or 15 years, and you try to think, how are we gonna preserve tourism? If there's an economic downturn, right? The Verbos dry up and people realize, I'm not renting this house enough to make money on it, so I'm gonna do something else with the house. So the Verbo market dries up. In the meantime, a lot of the hotels die. And then when you come back up, what happens? I mean, it'll take a couple of years
It just starts over.
for the lodging market to recover though. In the meantime, you're thinking, well, how can we get tourists?
Yeah. So far, and and that's the thing. Most places like Baker with a abundance of Airbnbs eventually have said, okay, no more. We're not allowing any more in the city or in the county or however you want to do it.
Have we
We've
done
got,
it?
no,
Are we thinking about it?
no, sometimes, but then the thing is, it's such an economic driver right now, nobody wants to.
Because a lot of people don't want to stay in the lodging.
Not the lodging that we have
on the side of the
available.
Yeah.
freeway.
I don't think it's
Because-
hurting the Geyser, but it is hurt.
Yeah, not
Who
that,
cares?
Because, well, if you've stayed in those,
No,
the guys are in a different
But
class.
like I said, look at our TLT revenue. Somebody's staying in them.
Yeah,
I get what you're
So-
saying.
They're all full.
yeah, because I
Yeah, they
saw,
really-
because of the freeway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's freeway travelers. who do
The other thing that you
Yeah.
get with like the Super 8 are people working for the railroad. So you have long-term and that doesn't pay into
That
TLT.
does not, if they're there for 30
But-
days, we do not get TLT
Yeah.
funds off of that.
Well,
Yeah.
8 years ago, I used to run a Best Buy.
Really?
I do have one more
Okay.
quick question. Senate Bill 5506 that was done in 2023. There's some reporting that needs to be done this month. Who's doing that?
Brian,
Bill
It's
what?
on- Do we have a copy of that? Do we?
What is
are we-
it?
I just
It's
told
the
him yesterday.
2.25 million.
Oh, yes, Brian
Yes.
has that. I talked to him on Thursday.
Okay, so he's doing the
You talked to him
report.
on Thursday. I talked to him yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
Why don't you call him?
Well, I want his money, so. I'm just kidding.
Well, if the state takes it back.
Well, that's my concern because the contract, the agreement ends June 30th,
I know.
2025. And there are a few exceptions that we will extend on, but I'm not sure if they haven't done any work,
Uh-huh.
if it can be extended.
I believe that he talked about that. If,
Do you want me to call GAS and find out?
No.
I'm afraid to
No,
bring it
no.
to their
no,
attention.
Brian,
No, Brian's supposed to give me the reporting and then cook them out.
yeah.
And I had to remind him yesterday.
You did remind him of
Okay.
that reporting? Okay,
And I emailed him the email.
okay, so that's.
Yeah, because it's
taken
due soon.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. Because my fear is, I mean, we have it sitting in capital projects, but if we're not gonna,
But if you do the reporting of what, where we're
but
at.
the way it's worded, you have to be really careful with
Yeah.
these. I mean, we've been dealing with that with the fairgrounds of you have certain deadlines, and if you don't follow those deadlines, they say, give me the money back.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Oops, don't hide that. All right. Okay,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. Can't second, I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you for hanging out with us.